What? What? One Mountain Dew. What? Two Mountain Dews. What? Three.
I mean, last night's show was brought to you by Mountain Dew, cocaine, the Republican National Army, all of it.
The cons, not the real one.
But anyway, we're back. Banks versus Davis, as y'all know, will be going live later today for our WrestleMania Sunday watch along. But first, we had some important business to take care of that we didn't take care of on the last episode because it was still kind of happening. And I was hoping maybe some of that footage would either be uploaded professionally, which there's a low chance that would have happened, or even lower chance that the leakers would have put the footage out for some movies in particular because there were stories that when Doomsday went up, anyone who had their phone out, they escorted out of the building immediately. So,
Well, also they had some yeah, damn today, Junior. Also, they had some technology where apparently it's like it lasers your phone because the UV ray lights on your phone. So if you pull your phone out, a laser beam hits it.
crazy. They can do that for shit like that, but never mind. Never mind.
No,
We
go
ain't gonna
ahead,
have we ain't
cause
gonna have those conversations. We ain't on that
oh,
tag.
you talking about okay the emails?
Yeah, about anything that isn't as minuscule as, hey, this movie's coming out in a few months, but you can't look at it yet. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Right, we got the description. You might as well just what I mean. It's like don't strip in front of me
No,
if I
not even
can't
that.
pay.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like, it's a movie. It's not the fucking nuclear codes we're hiding here. Two,
Well, you tell Kevin Feige that he treat this
well,
shit like it's like the fucking Pandora's box.
he might be out of a job, just like Triple H might be out of a job soon, 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 soon.
Well, no, if your prediction happens, I swear I'm leaving. I'm closing. I'm closing this gimmick and I'm going because we already had one person I said is always right, like you predict something yesterday, and I said, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Again, I gotta give Dot his credit. He had said months ago that she was pregnant. I didn't think he was wrong about it, but my whole thing was I think it was probably taking her a while to show, as we saw yesterday. You know, we're not gonna spend too much time talking wrestling, but again, I was
Yeah,
on
we
the
don't need
side.
to.
I was on the side of the whole finger thing about like if you think shit like that's gonna heal naturally, are you an idiot? Like, and I don't think Bianca Belair is an idiot. So I know you and Am joked like she believed in like that Dr. Sebi natural medicine, like don't
I,
go under don't go under the knife.
well,
But at the
apparently,
same
she
time,
believed in
like
something else too.
this is a finger. This is a finger. Like we can fix these.
Hey, brother. Well, apparently Montez's finger was working, so
And
they talking about this.
that's all that's been working because his ass is huge grandfather. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It might be future endeavor too.
no, not after she just had a baby. Come on.
Hey, what stopped Jobs before?
They hired Matt Cardona because his old lady got a job there. They
And look who better than him? His
and
old lady.
they let Andrade go because his old lady told him to kick, you know, get out of my house, get out of. He's like,
Well, that's kind of racist, but okay.
you know he was.
You saying he can't buy a house because he's not an American
No, I'm
citizen?
just saying he was. I bet his argument was like, take the fucking house. Hey, I don't need the fucking house. Like,
Why do you have him talking like Puss in Boots?
have you heard Andrade speak? He goes, hey,
I've never heard him speak. That's
you know,
crazy.
the few times he's, I was gonna say speaking English. That shows like English is my
Yeah,
first
yeah.
language.
I see what you are.
No, I'm saying like I know how to speak English. His first time, like, I mean, the most famous promo he had was the Darby Allin. He was like, Darby, you crazy. Like, you crazy. And that was like in 2022 or whatever. Like, but he does have a little bit of that. Hey man, what you doing here, man? What you doing that
Right.
shit?
Now you kind of sound like Cheech Marin.
Dave's not here, man. Dave's not here. That's all I have. But no.
Hey
So
man, your wife called. And she ugly.
strawberry.
Have you
I've
seen
only
any of those movies?
I've only seen the first one, Up in Smoke.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
good enough.
that's thinking about his where Tom Skerritt places because strawberry, you having one of your flashbacks, man, because he thinks he's back in the war.
Is that the movie they got abducted by aliens?
No, no, there's just a regular one where they meet up. I know they did like what 4 or 5 of those.
Yeah,
That's
it was
something.
one of them. I swear they got abducted.
That's a whole nother another conversation for a different day. We're like, because what there was it Fatty Arbuckle and who was the other guy? They did all those duo movies together, and
Yeah.
Stan and Ollie. They did like the duo. You put two guys together to form, like you and I, or etc. Like you put two guys together to and just give them any type of story and do all what Jay and Silent Bob basically were, what Kevin Smith was doing with
Well,
that. And there was a
Uptown
long
Saturday Night. Did you mention those on your Black History Month list? And Let's Do It Again. That's
no,
what Bill Cosby and Sidney Poitier.
no, I mean like real like comedy duos, like guys that
And
constantly
that was a real comedy duo.
work together. Because who's the other one? Who does the whole fucking who's on first? Isn't that
No, I get what you mean, but if you watch, we're probably talking about the same thing. Well, no, we're talking about the same thing, but in different contexts. So I get what you mean, but I would recommend those movies because it's along the lines of what you're talking about,
yeah,
far
but
as like that comedic duo. And it's
yeah,
an unlikely pair. You got Sidney Poitier and Bill Cosby.
basically it's the Fred Astaire and who was the guy he would do it with? Because that's what Family Guy
I ain't that old.
made fun of all those Stewie and Brian centric episodes where they would like
Yeah.
go on crazy adventures and stuff like that. Like, that's me like we got to get back to like a duo in movie making that can just go on
So
random.
Bill and Ted as well. Bill and Ted.
If there had been 3 more Bill and Teds, it would have made sense. And if they had done more after,
They did three.
no, I'm saying
You wanted six?
I'm saying in that time span because like they did
Yeah.
what like 6 Cheech and Chong movies in over the course of like 10 years, something like that. That's what I mean. Like that market of just like, hey, these guys are popular, these guys, or at least they have an audience that fucks with them, and it's cheap to make these movies. Like this one's the pirate movie, this one's the space movie, this one's the um, wizard movie. It almost got to the point where like that's kind of what Seth Rogen and James Franco were gonna do somewhat, or at least that trope. It happens, I say, with these comedy tropes like Ben Stiller, Owen Wilson, et cetera, et cetera. But I mean, two guys specifically going on the as the same characters going on these adventures where you're like, now they're doing what? Because Kevin Smith talked about this one time where he not Harvey, but Bob Weinstein. And Bob Weinstein kind of talked like this. He had like kind of one of those voices. He's like, "What if you guys did Jay and Silent Bob meets Pinhead or something like that?" Like because at that time Dimension was making a lot of horror movies, and he
Yeah.
had to think of like, oh, I almost came up with it. Like, fuck, Abbott and Costello. That's who they are. Fuck, there we
Yeah,
go.
I know
Yeah,
what you're talking about now.
yeah,
Yeah.
like movies like that where it's like Abbott Costello meet the Wolfman, Abbott Costello in the desert, stuff like that. Like that's what we got to get back to is find two guys who can form a relationship and just go on random adventures. Like I said, this movie is a gladiator movie. This movie is a fucking. I mean, Broken Lizard is kind of doing that, which is ironic because at this CinemaCon they announced Super Troopers 3, and I was like, oh, okay. I mean,
Yeah, I guess. Because the second one, I didn't see that one.
I didn't like it that much. It was long too delayed. It was just like by the time they
During the
made it,
pandemic, right?
no, it was right before. It was
Okay.
literally like a year and a half, I think, before they made a movie. Because again, they're a comedy group. They made a movie right after the pandemic about like a reimagining of Quasimodo, so Hunchback of Notre Dame, where one of the guys is Quasimodo and all the other guys are like peasants or kings or stuff like that. But we're back so soon. We just talked about the NBA on the last episode. Again, apologies for my technical issues on that one, but we were heading back
Man, we
down.
got views off that shit. Stop apologizing.
We did have to apologize for our Denny Advia takes. Like I said, that we were completely wrong about that.
Yeah, I didn't want to post that one. And it's not because it's bad. I didn't want to post it because I heard that name and I'm just like,
But CinemaCon was this past week
in a good way,
in
people.
in Las Vegas. And the unfortunate thing is, like, you and I will never be able to go to CinemaCon, even though, like, it's an
Wait,
event.
repeat what you just said because I didn't hear you.
Well, you won't be able to go to CinemaCon. It's not open to the public. Like, you have to be credentialed to get into CinemaCon.
Watch this.
Watch what?
Watch this. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Keep
Oh, I
watch
mean,
this.
yeah. I mean, but at the same time, because Sean Finney on the Big Picture podcast, he's gone for years, and now it's kind of a bigger deal. He's talked about it on his show, where like at first it was really more for theater vendors, like here's our
Yeah,
new soda machine, here's what we're doing with the seats, here's what we're doing with the screens, which there's some important news that dropped regarding the screens for one particular studio and what they plan to do to fight back against the competition. But it's largely for that. But over the years it's kind of a place where it's usurped Comic-Con in terms of like big movies going there instead of waiting until Comic Con is always June, July, I think, right? I'm trying to remember.
it's
Um,
July.
but the thing about the CinemaCon is like the footage kind of stays there, which is like what you and I were just saying a couple minutes ago. Is that nothing leaks. You know, they're super secure about it, but you are able to tweet what you saw, write descriptions of what you saw. So a lot of sites like Gizmodo, the Wrap, Deadline. I'm thankful for the write-ups that I'm going to be reading off of with my handy dandy notebook right here. But all of this year's big three movies are there: Doom Part Three, Avengers Doomsday, and The Odyssey. Doom Part Three, they showed the first 7 minutes of the movie, and it was literally, they said, the same energy as the opening scene in Saving Private Ryan, where they storm the beaches of Normandy and get shot the fuck up. They said like the Fremen drop from their ship and they get slaughtered by people on the ground, and then get fucking laser beamed to death by a ship from above. So it's literally like Paul Atreides is sending his people to fucking down under. Like,
Yeah.
but everyone was like, "Holy shit, this looks amazing!" And based off that last trailer, like I said, I was kind of not underwhelmed by the lack of news until that trailer. But when we did our most anticipated movies of 2026, it was number 6 or 7 on my list. And I was like, just because we've seen nothing about it and all the rumors about how the third book was with the worm people, and is Denis Villeneuve going to stick to that? Or is he going to kind of go in the direction that makes sense based off the story he's telling? But that first trailer was phenomenal, like we broke down a few episodes ago. So a scene like having the first scene started like that, it's just like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah.
And then the Odyssey kind of have a similar vibe, where they said the Trojan horse scene, which again famously in the story of the Battle of Troy, that I forget what they were the Greeks, right? Because they fight the Trojans, but
Yeah.
in order
It's
in
the it's,
order
it's the Greek. No, it's the Romans.
no, it's the Greeks, because again it's the Odyssey is a Greek story, not a Roman story. Let me
No, I
let me
thought you were
scroll.
talking about Troy. I thought that was Roman.
No, they're called Trojans. It doesn't, because Troy takes place. I don't know. Let me see real quick. But
I thought that take place during the Roman Empire with Troy, like not 200, but like 42 BC somewhere around it.
the Achaeans, the Greeks against the city of Troy, and Troy. What? No, it's all Greek as well. So it's all Greek, yeah.
Okay, what
But
year? Because again, that number they say, even if it's in the hundreds BC, it's like, bro, that's before we had the Gargarian calendar that we have now. That's a whole different conversation.
yeah, they say the war took place around the 12th or 13th century BC. Like, it take shit happening before Christ is always funny to me, because like, what do you mean shit happened before? Like,
Oh, brother, exactly. Again, whenever you already had these type of conversations, and then again, they didn't even count time that way too. So you got a bunch of older people that found out about that stuff. Was like, I think it's like 12 BC, bro. What's 12 BC before Christ? Okay, so you mean to tell me 12 centuries before Christ? Okay, so what happened 12 centuries before that? How do
well,
you
that's
numberize that?
yeah, that's where in my mind I'm like, all right, so they are advanced of technology too from back then to now. Even I'm saying from BC to AD, like what advancements did you make? Because like
Nothing.
no, I'm saying like how could you build pyramids after they barely created what ships? But that's a whole yeah. So
And then
again,
how do you say, okay, this is the year 2026?
well,
Wait a minute.
I don't want to go into that. We're not
That's
gonna
what I'm
get into
saying.
that. Because, but speaking of ships, again, the point of the Trojan horses, they break down their ships to build a giant wooden horse, which the Trojans are like, oh, they left a gift for us. These nice Greek soldiers, like they ran with their tails tucked between their legs, and they left this nice giant wooden horse, and the Trojans were trapped inside. Like, gotcha, bitch, and then broke out, raided the city. That's the footage that was shown from the Odyssey at CinemaCon. And again, people were like, "Holy fuck, this looks amazing." The other
I
stories
want to
of
see
it
the Cyclops footage. That's the one he talked about. Cause
being completely practical, no CGI,
yeah,
puppetry. Yeah.
and he said also too. He said this movie was a beautiful disaster, or he phrased it in a way where it's like this is the hardest movie ever made.
Well, and this is my thing. So as we texted each other the other day, he has taken that crown from Steven Spielberg. He showed up and he said, "I'm glad I'm presenting before Steven Spielberg because I don't want to follow what he's going to present with Disclosure Day." Even though, in my opinion, Disclosure Day doesn't look exciting at all, especially compared to the Odyssey. But Chris Nolan literally has like Hollywood bending to him, as we've talked about for the last 2 years now with his win with
That's
Oppenheimer.
crazy.
Like he made $900 million about a fucking nuclear physicist,
Wow, atom bomb.
and now he's able to tell the story again, like you said, a story that's old as time, even though we don't know how long time has been around. But how old this story's been. And he said the movie's well. I think his wife said the movie's under 3 hours, which is like, whew, I mean, it's the
Thank
Odyssey.
God.
It's the Odyssey. We expected it to be long, but still. Um, and yeah, he's just kind of the king of the world still because the IMAX influence. He's the one responsible for all this IMAX shit, which is we'll get into when
Yeah,
Disney creates their fucking great value IMAX to be all pissy about it. But at the same time, he shoots IMAX like Ryan Coogler shot IMAX like how it's supposed to be done. Not this
yeah,
whole
with an
formatted.
actual camera.
Yes, that's the point of it. Not the
You can't
formatting the
shoot.
movie.
When
Yeah.
we get there, I'm gonna get real nerdy about how you can't shoot that and then format it into IMAX.
Well, when that happens, you see the difference because again, the IMAX it's supposed to be the whole screen like this,
Yeah,
and then when you format it from a regular movie when it's scrunched down and more rectangular,
it's an
that's
aspect ratio which you
yeah.
shoot it, and then you depixelize. I'm about to get real nerdy. I'm sorry. You about to depixelize it when you shoot it a certain way, and then you try to format it in IMAX. So while the screen is bigger, it's not going to be pixelated fully because you didn't shoot it with that camera. It's fictional, Disney. Fictional. But nobody is gonna tell the big wig that you can't shoot it that way. Yeah, yes, Miss Mouse. I said, yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna go ahead and get the IMAX.
Well, that's why South Park again. For them to be our modern day version of The Simpsons and be a step ahead. When they had Mickey Mouse show up as a character to be like, "What's all this going on here? Huh? What's going on?" And him being a ruthless asshole kingpin of like, especially for that Jonas Brothers episode, like
Oh
who
shit!
doesn't want to wear the parody ring, huh?
Oh shit! Huh?
So speaking of Disney, they had Doomsday, and I'm trying to find the Doomsday description right now because
Hey
I
Van, you hear that? You hear that? Hit the Jay Z song, "The Ruler's Back." I hope you listening, man. I hope you ready. You've been talking too much shit. It's almost time. I'm sorry, Davis. Go ahead.
no go because again this has been a contention for a lot of people. You are high on this movie. I am not. I think it's going to be divisive for a number of reasons.
Oh, so you Van as well? Okay.
Yeah, it's again everyone knows where I'm coming from with this. I think the Robert Downey Jr. casting was a big mistake. I understand the decision to pivot away from Kang, even though I was enjoying that story. Um, and now they're getting the X-Men from 20th Century Fox involved, this new Fantastic Four they've created,
Delete.
and all these characters that people might have not enjoyed, like Shuri's Black Panther, Shang-Chi, are in this movie as well, to maybe wipe off the face of their
Yeah.
universe so they can now be like, we were tripping by trying to make y'all root for Eric Gordon and fucking like all these guys that can't carry teams in their opinion. You know what I mean? Like Lou Williams can't carry a team, even though he's good. Jamal Crawford is good, but he ain't carrying a team. Like we're sorry, we're trying to do better.
Yeah,
But
they're trying to get rid of DeMarcus Cousins. You got the stats, but that ain't good enough.
at the same time, it's like I enjoyed Shang-Chi. Aquafina was not Aquafina aside. I think it's an enjoyable movie. I think it's really well made. I think the action's great, and I had a good time with it. Like I said, it just unfortunately has Aquafina in as the Diane Keaton character from The Godfather, which is the most annoying woman to be put in a movie.
People still mad at her. I get it, but damn, I ain't heard her name in a minute. So obviously, hey, she might need to be mad at her agent.
No, it's that as Tiffany Haddish, what's happened to her career again? I'm going to say this: when you're a funny woman who's not conventionally attractive, I know you and Eve got a soft spot for Tiffany Haddish. I'm just saying
Oh, but
conventionally,
yeah, she got a more soft spot for you. But go ahead.
conventionally not that attractive.
Define
When
conventionally not attractive. I know what you mean, but go ahead, expound upon that.
comparing her to the women in the rest of the movie that she's supposed to star, like again, she was in Girls Trip over Regina Hall. Who you picking? Who you picking?
Brother. Well, one eye. If I had cataracts, I'm picking Regina Hall. Just what Ray
Exactly.
did,
So that's my point. Like I'm not saying she's the ugly friend of the group because that group also had Jada Pinkett
but she
Smith.
ain't Regina Hall. It ain't too many people
But
Regina Hall.
exactly. But at the same time, they
Let me ask
rushed
you a
her.
question:
Go ahead, go ahead.
Regina Hall or Taraji?
Taraji P Henson. It's close though. It's close.
It's Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. You whoever you like, I get it.
If you want to make it so, I mean, no, because of this. Uh,
I'll tell you who my tribal chief is. I can give you a hint. Rome just said it. Go ahead. He
but
doubled up with it, bro. Rome hit the double on it. Yeah, Regina.
they put her in that movie with Kevin Hart, Night School. They put her in um that movie Nobody's Fool with Tika Sumpter, and
What you think about
see,
Tika something?
that's what I mean. Like, who are you picking in that scenario? So again,
Oh, come on, bro.
you're
She ain't
again.
gonna pick me, but
So like I'm saying, she isn't conventionally attractive compared to a real. We got a real looker here. We got a real looker here, and we got like what do we got
you know
here?
what they doing her? I get what you mean. It's the what's that lady name that be yelling all the time? The big lady, the white lady that was getting chilly, like her motherfucker from
Oh,
like the
Melissa
bride and the
McCarthy.
bridesmaid. You said
Yeah,
who?
she was Melissa McCarthy. Yeah,
Yeah. That's the thing with her. It's like, look, you go over here, you gonna be next to some, some decent shit. I'll say that when she was in that wedding movie. But then we're gonna put you in a movie with Sandra Bullock. You feel me? So guess who they going for?
but that right. First of all, that's two different types because again, Tiffany Haddish body wise it isn't like again doesn't look bad. I'm,
What you, bro? You trying to give her compliment, but
I'm
not give her
just that's what
compliment.
I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. She's not
You
like
moonwalking.
I'd say it's more so the face is an issue. The rest of the body, it's not one of those like don't look at me, but it's one of those real like I gotta look at it a long time before I consider because
Okay, we
the
doing the
rest
Barbara
of you,
Streisand thing again. You can't do that.
I don't even think Barbara Streisand had that good of a body either. But her face, woof, like
So I get what you mean about
again,
Tiffany.
she
It's
all right.
like,
Here's how you know Tiffany because Common went from her to Jennifer Hudson, which is like that's 40 steps backwards.
all
What are
right,
we
now
doing?
you
What are we
just
doing
being
there?
rude.
What are we
Talk-
doing there?
Now you
What
just being rude. Talking about Jennifer Hudson. You didn't have to do that.
because you know damn well no one's picking Jennifer Hudson in that scenario with Tiffany
I
Haddish,
mean, David Ortunga did, but I don't think he
and
liked
look
women.
what and she left his ass. What do you mean? Like
Yeah. Oh, so you the one doing the bending. Anyway, so because it's
I mean,
we love you, Tiffany. I think you California girl. I think we love you. I don't know what to say.
all right. Anyway, back to Doomsday because like I
Yeah,
said, they
back
dropped
to
the
Tuesday.
footage. All right, and based off their description, they show Doctor Doom and Thor going at it. They also said there's a lot of Fantastic Four, which we kind of got from that teaser where Ben Grimm meets um, Shuri. and it also looks like Talocon and the more in that scene. But they said it was kind of heavy on Fantastic Four. There's a scene in which Shang-Chi fights Gambit, which for me is like, all right, that's my crack right there. That's what I need. I need Shang-Chi and Channing Tatum's. My name is Remilable. Like, come here, Gambit. Like that. Like that's what I need in a movie. But they also show Mystique turning into Yelena Bulov, aka the new Black Widow, and that's where I'm like, oh yeah,
Boy, that's a good person to turn into.
Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
Who you got? Florence Pugh, Tiffany Haddish. That's my point.
Hey man, come on, bro.
That's my point. See now you go for three. Like,
What we doing? You trying to give me heat?
oh no, I'm just saying you're proving my point. The evidence is there.
Hey, cause yeah, I don't want to get in trouble if I pick the way I want to go.
And then it shows Thor leaps at Doom with Stormbreaker in hand, and Doom stops it at once.
Bro,
Steve
that's his outstanding. Stormbreaker is his outstanding, bro. Every time.
Ooh, light my fire.
What you said about the Shawn Michaels documentary, it's the same story. It's the same shit. You telling us the same thing that worked three other movies. I'm sorry. You try to run that same play. This is a different person. This is a god. And you trying to run that Stormbreaker. It didn't work with the big ass grimace. It didn't work with the Hamburglar or the other one. Same thing. I don't know all the McDonald's shit. Anyhow, it's the same thing with Barney. And now he's trying to run it back with Doom. Also, they said he sounded like Gunther, the accent.
That's the thing I want to know is like, what's this movie really gonna look like? Because it ends with Steve Rogers approaches Thor and says, "Hey, pal," which I'm like, come on, come on. It's like you want us to like, come on, like
You would think at this point he has like an up to date verbiage because he's been out the ice for what,
he
10
went
plus?
back to the verbiage era. What do you mean you think he'd have an up to date? He went back to 1940 at
And
the end
that's
of
the
it.
whole theory about the reason why all this is going on, too.
Yeah. Um, Thor says it's not possible, and then Steve Rogers reaches for Mjolnir, and it leaves Thor's hand coming to his because then he's still got that power. He's like,
Thor's an
it's
idiot, too, bro. They really made him a idiot because it's like, you talking about it's not possible. You a fucking demigod, you idiot.
well, you know, he's talking about that because then they left him young version of him in 1950, but
But that's the thing, you a god. You should know about how time works.
we're talking about Thor again. He always fell for Loki's tricks. This is Thor we're talking about. You know,
Well, the
McFly,
god of
hello, anybody home? Thor, hello, Odin's son,
It's
Odin's
the
son.
god of mischief. You always fall for it. But according to people that have seen this movie, or at least the first screening, yeah, he's gonna be an integral piece. Obviously, we know that. See, I can get real nerdy. I won't, but yeah, I'll leave that to Black Variant.
But that was Doomsday, and the film features a sprawling cast, like as we know, the
That's
Thunderbolts.
probably cast
Well, I'm saying again, it's the Thunderbolts who we
30
just saw.
actors.
Well, Kevin Feige said at times there were 30 to 35 people on set, and I'm like,
I couldn't do it. I'll be hiding. That's the time I
and
go
that's not
Hollywood. I'll
even
be in my
and
trailer.
that's the actors. That's not even the crew and their assistants and like
Because the thing is, you have to break that down into multiple units if you shooting all across. Because they shot in Europe, but if you shooting all across the world or whatever, that's a lot of crew, bro, in one location. But 30 actors on set alone, yeah, I don't want to be Hollywood, but I got to be in my trailer. That's what the kids call it, overstimulated. I just
yeah,
call it. I don't feel
yeah.
like talking no more.
Okay, so when Disney dropped Doomsday, they said IMAX. I piss on IMAX. Here we got your IMAX right in front of you. It's called Infinity Vision. Get it? Infinite. You know, like the Stones. You know, because they're re-releasing Endgame this year too, and they're re-releasing it with deleted scenes and quote unquote new surprises. The movie came out 7 years ago. What fucking new surprises did you put in the fucking Endgame?
Some shit that they reshooting right now because they doing the reshoots for Doomsday, but they probably add on the scenes from that to that. Because they got so much footage, it's like, all right, let's just add it to Endgame because the Mark's gonna eat it up. Me, Paul's on eating it up. That's crazy.
And now I'm looking up. No, I'm saying on stage at CinemaCon today. Walt Disney announced the launch of Infinity Vision, a new certification for premium large format theaters. Done in collaboration with global theatrical exhibition partners, Infinity Vision will signify to audiences which auditoriums offer the biggest, brightest, and most immersive cinematic experiences. The largest screens for maximum scale, laser projection for superior brightness and clarity, premium audio formats for fully immersive sound. With over 75 domestic and 300 global exhibitor PLFs currently available to customers, the goal of Infinity Vision is to help audiences identify the best theatrical experience. So they created knockoff IMAX because Dune 3 took all the IMAX because one of them wouldn't want to back down. And Denis Villeneuve has been locked in with IMAX on the last two Dunes, and Marvel just is trying to get on this IMAX wave in the last 2 years. So that's where it's like you're trying to again,
But again, y'all don't shoot in IMAX.
yeah.
Am I taking crazy pills? You, it's like, all right, bro. It's like I'm going to fish, but I just got a net. No, motherfucker, you need everything.
Well, when the Russo brothers wouldn't know what to do with an IMAX camera, they would fucking
Thank
shove it
you.
up. They would shove it up their ass or something, or
All right, you
fucking.
didn't have to go that far, but okay.
I mean, did you watch The Electric State?
I did
You
not.
would
But
you would think these guys wouldn't have made for the greatest uh, comic book movies if you'd watched Electric State.
the TV show that they did was great, and I can't think of the name with Donald Glover now.
Community?
Yeah, I like Community.
That's that's when they were fucking in college. That's when they were amateurs. Like that's
I
when they were.
know. That's what I'm saying. Before
I'm saying no. The point of them becoming comic book directors was supposed to elevate them to this
no, but that's what
higher.
I'm saying. Before they did the Marvel stuff, that's the only thing I saw, which was their rookie
Well, because they
years.
only ever made two movies. One was Welcome to Collinwood, and the other one was You Mean Dupree, which I had seen like years and years ago.
Damn, that sounds familiar.
It's Owen Wilson, Kate Hudson, and Matt Dillon.
Damn, I think I seen it. I'm like, damn, that sounds familiar. I think I did see that. Just one time, obviously. I'm like, yeah, I think I saw that. Because I remember they was going crazy with the advertisement. I was like, who the fuck is Dupree? Renee?
Yeah,
God damn.
it was weird timing to have something like that. But but yeah, they're just like we can't fight IMAX to give us more screen time, so we're just gonna say we have IMAX adjace basically. Very little dick energy, very like petty to be petty. You know, you already have a stranglehold on children's content with all the Disney animated movies like and live action animated adaptations like Lilo and Stitch and Moana this year. Which fucking here's my Dwayne
Uh-oh.
Johnson. Yep.
Here we go.
He go what's he do, Biggs? He goes on the stage in
Every
Vegas.
episode.
He goes on the stage in Vegas. He says, my father, no, I'm sorry, my grandfather, because I never knew my father, by the way. My
Even though he
grandfather,
did.
High Chief Peter Maivia, was the inspiration for Maui. I'm like, aren't these fucking Polynesian characters like from the fucking Odyssey days? Like, what do you mean he was the inspiration for fucking?
That's what I'm
Did
saying. I'm like, that's two different sides of islands too. Look, I ain't the expertise in the Pacific Islands, but it's like the same thing with the Tongans, and then you got the Samoan. Me and Davis know this well. It's like it's two different sides. They cohesive, but not really. It's the same thing they do. What's the name? The NFTs, MFTs, or whatever the fuck in WWE. The tall motherfucker, Tongan, Tima, Tonga, Tongan, Solo, Samoan. Two different things. Moana, the motherfucker, you're welcome, man.
like I'm
It's
saying, I'm
Polly.
literally if you Google up, I'm sorry, if you Google Maui, it'll literally say, it'll say Hawaiian mythology, Tongan mythology, Samoan mythology, Maori mythology, which is the New Zealander version of Samoans. And
I,
he wants to say
oh, that's how
his
they got over there. I'm like, how did they?
and he
Okay.
wants to say his fucking grandfather is the reason this fucking god that's like saying they created Odin after my grandfather. They created Loki after my grandfather. Like the fucking arrogance on this
Do
dickhead.
they have a sketch? how people perceived him to look being Moana. Because obviously all these people they were in some type of hieroglyphic form or they was illustrated in some form to show this what he might look like. Because maybe High Chief does look like him.
I'm saying High Chief probably took inspiration from Maui
Yeah.
instead of them creating a fucking character after seeing High Chief Peter. I mean, which could have been possible, but I'm like, but if this is mythology, they can't you create a mythology in since 1960? Like that's what you're saying? Like your Samoan, Maori, Hawaiian mythology is created after this guy, not from eons ago, like we were just saying about the Odyssey. That's my point of like, how can you say your grandfather, or you should what you should say is your performance as Maui is inspired by your grandfather, but not like he was the fucking source code, that he was the fucking material.
But you know what it is?
He's a
People
dickhead, is
give
what he is.
no people give more props to the baker instead of the milk, so to speak. Like you're not gonna give the foundation props. You're gonna give the person that made it props. Instead of giving the foundation as to wit. You still gotta say shouts out to the cows, metaphorically speaking. That's how
Yeah,
you got the milk to bake the cake. So
Maui is credited for the creation of the Hawaiian Islands. So if the Hawaiian Island existed for Peter Maivia to fucking move to or be born in, how that's not
he
like
was born here.
this guy just continues to fucking sell lies, like I just said about his father, and now what he just said about his fucking grandfather. Like all this guy does is just work people 24/7. And I've tried to tell you idiots for fucking 6 years, open your eyes, open your ears, and you just want to be like, final boss, final
Hey, but
boss.
check this out. They also said he said, I ain't gonna be there. I got my daughter's birthday. I'm like, bro, you mean a 45-minute flight away? But again, what we talked about last time, and we're gonna be talking about to the end of time. Hey, I ain't gotta do business with y'all. Y'all need me, I don't need y'all. So I respect it.
But that was Doomsday. Which of the
But
three
y'all want
after
cinema. Go ahead.
out of those big three, which are you most excited for still?
Oh, you talking about this triple threat?
Yeah, out of Doomsday, Doom Part 3, and the Odyssey. Don't forget we'll get the Odyssey first, so that kind of
Yeah.
helps. And then Doomsday and Dune on the same day for now. Part of me still thinks
They not gonna move. Because they
Dooms
got their own format now. So
but
they
that
they can upcharge the tickets. They might charge
oh, of course
knowing
they're gonna
them.
oh fucking course they're gonna upcharge the tickets. Yeah, what are you talking about? Of course they
Knowing
are.
them, they might charge 30.
Because did we discuss Jumanji jumping? Yeah, I think we did. Because over Jumanji was supposed to be the same day as well. They jumped the week before instead.
And then that's when we had that conversation about should they go to October.
Yeah, because that's what led me to my thing about him showing up to take over the company. Yeah, that was part of that same segment. So
Yeah. Which they
the,
still should do because ain't no hey man, it was like a fart in church when they talked about Jumanji at CinemaCon. Everybody was
yeah,
like,
that
damn, Jack Black got another check coming? Yeah.
yeah, the description of that was not much. They were just saying like
They'll
it's
let you know how they feel too.
yeah.
Hey, we just here. Kevin Hart and them, hey man, I'm just here, bro, to get paid, bro. I'm going back on stage.
They said there were a lot of tie-ins to the first one with Robin Williams and the Robin Williams in particular. And I'm like, you didn't need to do that.
And technically this is Jumanji 4.
Yes, because everyone's like, when did Jumanji 3 happen? And I'm like, that's what the second one with The Rock was, you
Yeah,
idiots.
technically because
Like,
they said it continues the story from the first one to now.
yeah,
It's just with technology. It's a video game. I only seen the first one and I couldn't even finish it.
but
But it ain't for me. This for the kids.
I've never seen either of them, of the Rock
I
Kevin Hart
tried to
ones.
watch the first one. I was like, I'm cool, bro. And then I think Rocky was like, we're paying homage to Robin Williams. So the last two movies didn't count. And how y'all paying homage to him?
Look,
People gonna remember these movies more than they're gonna remember the first one. And it's a new generation. Because they've been doing this for 11 years now.
as I've been saying, this guy is
You ain't got to
almost
go back and attack.
no, but that's the point. Like he wants to. Like, I appreciate old Hollywood. I appreciate the craft of acting. I appreciate someone like Robin Williams and what he did. I want to honor that. Like you just said, like that was a movie that we kind of grew up on somewhat, but overall, like,
We kind
yeah.
of. I grew up on that shit.
Well, I mean, like, it's not a movie that then like kind of catered to the next generation after. So I don't think it had that much of a hold like, after 2000. And there was a
No.
Jumanji cartoon, wasn't there?
Yeah, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
But that's when
Dude,
that's
everything had a cartoon from my childhood.
you're right because the Mummy had a cartoon, and then
Men in Black. God
yeah,
damn. I
Ghostbusters. Like, say, yeah, you're right about
think
that.
OJ had a cartoon. I mean, he had a hit TV show.
Yeah, he did.
It used to come on ABC News every day.
And the O.J. Simpson trial with Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, that shit was like a TV show. You couldn't tell
but
me otherwise.
but yeah, I don't. Which is why they chose to resurrect it, especially with Dwayne Johnson with
We
his
still talking about OJ?
no with his franchise Viagra moniker at the time. They're like, we can bring Jumanji back with him, and they picked a decent cast with Kevin Hart, Jack Black, like you said, King of the Kids, Jack Black, Karen
You don't get
Gillan.
Karen no respect, man. She's a good
No,
actress.
and I just said Karen Gillan. I'm like, but
Yeah.
unfortunately about Karen Gillan, like that you said, like she's a good actress, but like she's the as we'll get to in our next one, she's always like
She got a
this.
hell of a body. Hey, I'm not lusting. She just got a hell of a body on her. I don't know where her workout regimen is. That woman got a hell of a physique on her. I'm like, you need to get in the PC. Maybe it's the Australian thing because she built like
No,
what's
she's
the
Scottish.
fine? What's the you said what?
She's Scottish, which is why she'll be in this movie.
Oh. I have no rival, and I can be my equal. Take me to the place where I belong. Hey, that's my favorite Queen song ever. Besides "We Are the Champion."
Yeah, like again, she's Scottish. But
She's
my,
Scottish.
my point is, she's always like the fourth or fifth person in the movie. Guardians of the Galaxy, Jumanji,
Hey,
this movie, like I just mentioned, which
you got the picture? Yeah. Shouts out to
it's gonna be
David.
hard to see though. But
No,
like
you can see that big bastard. Go ahead.
it is
So
fun unless I maybe format the screen a little bit better. Let me see.
y'all take a guess where Drew is. I mean, shit. The horse going through it. Just look at the horse that's low to the ground.
I mean, Drew McIntyre with his jet black beard and jet black hair, astride a horse in front of Kevin McKeed.
Not a
Uh,
gray on him at this
and
age.
yeah, like I said, he owns stock in Just for Men, and Henry Cavill behind
Oh, you
him.
think he doing that? He,
Oh, of course he is. Yeah,
what they said in Bad Boys 3 when he got shot.
he definitely has a subscription to Just for Men.
What he about 42 at this point?
I still don't think he's even 40.
Shit, he been in WWE. Well, even though he took
Don't
that
forget,
break.
don't forget, he was the chosen one in 20 and 2000. He just turned 40 last year.
Damn, that's it.
Yeah, that's
Not
when
saying he looked old, but we gotta remember when he was, come back, please, sir. Come back. Mr. Vince, come back, sir. But when he was christened the chosen one, yeah, he about
that was
20.
2000. That was like 2006. Technically, 2009 was the chosen one gimmick, but in 2006 is when he debuted at like 1918
And the crazy thing is
with Dave Taylor.
he had a little bit of weight on him now. He lost some weight too. Cause you can't be Cock Diesel being on that big ass horse. Lad, you're wearing me down, lad. Please lose some weight and beat that Samoan coconut nigga. I'm sorry. Because some of these horses be racist. Think about it. Think about all the horses that was in the South during them times. I don't want to say what times.
That's basically the Chappelle episode about all the race
Mr.
stuff.
Ed.
Yeah, Mr. Ed
Yeah.
and
I believe
Flipper, Rin Tin
well,
Tin.
Flipper ain't racist, he just speak. You want me to talk about that?
No, but Highlander had its footage, and this is gonna be my most anticipated movie of next year. I'm already saying it.
Really?
Based off the set photos, based off this description, based off who's in charge, who's the star. Yeah, this is my most anticipated. It's close with this, and
Spider-Man?
when we get to the Beyond the Spider, it's been fucking 5 years. It's been five
So
years, and no, I'm saying, and it was 4 years before that. I'm just like, you can only take so much time drawing shit. I get look at I
The
love
writer's strike
Invincible.
happened. Did it not?
At the same time, speed this shit up. I know they already got in trouble for how they were treating their workers, but at the same time, go
Exactly.
faster.
No, you can't. But that's the whole thing with if we want to go on video games. That's the whole point with GTA 6 coming out in November, allegedly, because they weren't trying to overwork these people.
Or
Otherwise, the
maybe
game would have
GTA
came out.
6. I think GTA 6 at this point doesn't exist, just like Iceman doesn't exist. I don't think the album exists for Drake.
They don't
I think
say
Dot
that. Don't you put that evil on
I
us?
think Dot is right about that. I don't think it's real. I don't think it
He
exists.
said that.
He's saying these delays make it look a certain way, but I'm in that same boat of like, he should have dropped it last year. You can't wait two
Oh no,
years.
Don said it is real. Let me tell y'all something about B Dot. He predicted again. I'm gonna say this. This dude, him and Davis. I swear to God, on my post, when they say shit, I swear 9.5 times out of 10, if not 10, it always happens. This man said, Davis said months, shit, a year ago. He said it. I wish I could find that text. He said, "Yeah, Bianca pregnant." I'm like, everybody said, "Get the fuck out of here." I believe anything B Dot said. I text him 2 a.m. and I don't text no grown man 2 a.m. I said, brother, I believe anything you said. If you told me the sky was orange and it was bleeding, I will believe you right now.
Well, it was in New York that day, so it was pretty damn close.
Yeah, that was scary. That was actually
Um,
scary.
so here's what the rap wrote. Henry Cavill introduced his Highlander reboot via video, directed by Chad Stahelski at CinemaCon. He also brought some footage from the film to show. My name is Connor McLeod, Cavill says in a Scottish accent backstage. I'm in the footage. I was born in 1850, and I am immortal. Like, I imagine that's how it's going to sound, or pretty close to it. Again, I can't do Scottish. I can do Drew McIntyre angry Scottish, but I can't do like a regular Scottish accent. Like, it's kind of tough to do because you got to sound a certain way because it's different from Irish. You got a little bit more high in your voice when you're talking like that, but Scottish you got a bit anger and stuff like that.
So they just on brand with it. We got two Scottish people because I thought she was Australian for some reason. So
No,
they got
because
two
I
Scottish people.
I basically predicted this in the not saying like I was some great genius, but I'm like when they casted Drew
No, I
McIntyre.
believe again
No, I'm
anything
saying
I
like when
said. I
they
believe.
based off this set photo, I said when they draft not drafted when they announced Drew McIntyre was going to be in this movie, I'm like I bet he'll be in the flashback scene which takes place in Scotland because it'll make sense that he's related to Henry Cavill's character. Karen Gillan is listed as playing the wife of Henry Cavill's character, which again she's Scottish, so they probably wanted that authentic feel of people having real Scottish accents instead of trying them. And it shows Connor sword fighting in a neon drenched club. This footage is intercut with behind the scenes stuff and the movie stars talking to the cameras. Cavill is shown practicing swordplay and gun work, while Marissa Abella, who's the female lead of the movie, she's from the show Industry. She was in the Amy Winehouse biopic. She played Amy Winehouse. Oh, I forgot to take this off. Sorry about that. And all the actors say there can only be one, and the footage ends with Dave Bautista, who you forgot was in this movie,
Yeah, legit.
as he's playing the villain, the Kurgan, holding Marissa Bella's character by the throat. Cavill noted that the filming will be in the Scottish Highlands and Hong Kong. But like they
Uh-uh.
like well that's the thing, like well this is Chad Stahelski, the director of all four John Wicks, which is why the idea of like a neon drenched fight club scene, I'm like, there's always that scene in a John Wick movie where he goes to a club, there's neon lights everywhere or there's water everywhere. Like I'm not saying that in a negative way. Like Chad Stahelski's like this is my super kick. I like to put in this in all my movies where a
Yeah,
guy
with some
fights.
fast ass music.
Yeah, where some guys fight and lights are all over the place and there's water on the ground and all that. But yeah, I'm excited. And the rest of the cast, don't forget, is keep getting them checks all star Jamon Hansu, Jeremy Irons,
Didn't he say
and
something about his bread recently?
there's this article I haven't read, but years ago, within the last like 2 or 3 years, he said the reason he has to work so much is that he doesn't get paid enough. And I'm like, well, because I don't mean in a negative way, but like you're Jamon Hansu, you're always in stuff, which is why they're not paying you a lot because they're like, we can just
No,
get
they
you.
should be paying you enough.
Well, he's
Yeah,
never
you
opened a
gotta talk to
movie.
his agent.
He's never opened a movie.
Yeah, but still, even if you're supporting role, you gotta talk to your agent. Like, we gotta renegotiate this. I've been doing. When was Amistad? 1999.
Early, I mean, mid to late '90s, yeah. Because
Yeah, that was his. That was his start.
Yeah, his real breakthrough role. Which, if I remember correctly, there was an Entertainment Tonight where they said it was something about Cuba Gooding, and he said after he won his Oscar for Jerry Maguire, he passed on Amistad. Like he told Steven Spielberg, "No,
And
I
then
won't."
both trip instead.
Well, that was years after, but you know what I mean. It shows like Cuba Gooding Jr. riding high off that Oscar win, and again, I'm gonna get that pay
Yeah,
bump. I'm
hey,
gonna get.
emphasis on riding high.
But playing the Sean Connery character is Oscar winner Russell Crowe.
Somebody else that can. Hey, I'm gonna
No,
get
no,
paid.
don't you? Well, I mean, Russell Crowe again. I gotta give credit to Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe, from the mid to late '90s and early 2000s, was Hollywood's most successful leading man. From like, he can really act. He was good looking, and he was believable in almost any role, action, drama, whatever. And come the 2010s, he's like, I'm just going to get fat.
And
I'm going
get
to get
paid.
I'm going to get fat because I want to, and I'm still going to be handsome and have a full head of hair, and no one's going to say shit because I'm Russell Crowe and I'm Australian and I'll beat the fuck out of you. Like he had those troubles
Well, he did
before.
to Azealia Banks allegedly.
Um, and then yeah, he like you said, like he's just been working. Like he does straight to DVD movies, but at the same time, it's like it's Russell Crowe. Like this guy, he
You ever see that
delivers.
Noah's Ark movie?
No, I didn't watch that one, but that's another one where he was just like, "I'll play Noah." Oh yeah, all right, Mike.
That's the one
Like,
I was. That's what I'm talking about.
yeah, I haven't seen it, but that's something like he was just doing anything in the 2010s. Famously, he did The Nice Guys, which he was great in. But now he's just again like he kind of said he was disappointed he wasn't in Gladiator, but I know damn well Ridley Scott was like, "Look at you,
To
Russell.
do what? Motherfucker, you
Look at
died.
well, but he could like." It's a movie. You can bring people back from the dead and stuff like that. But I
Flashback
guarantee,
scene. My boy,
yeah, yeah.
I am
I
proud of you.
I
This movie's
guarantee it was
stupid.
more so Ridley Scott when it was like, Russell, look at yourself. How how am I going to put you in this movie? Did you get fat in heaven? Like how'd you? Do
That would be the
you know
place to
that?
give.
Do you know the CGI it's going to take to slim you back down to what you looked like in 2000? Like,
I don't have the budget for the
like
AI technology.
he was great as Jor-El in Man of Steel. That's one of the reasons I like Man of Steel is that he's great as Jor-El.
Yeah.
Again, Russell Crowe connect, but again, his character, much like Sean Connery's character, is Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez, like Australian Russell Crowe playing a Spaniard.
Yeah, I can't see that. I had to think about
Well,
it. Does he
there,
look Spanish now?
well, I mean, he is pretty tan, but it's the same
But
thing
he
like with
ain't
Sean.
Spanish.
With the same thing with Sean Connery. There's that. It's and this is what happened, which is why I don't think that Assassin's Creed movie really worked out because it was the same thing. They casted Michael Fassbender to be his ancestor in the Spanish War when his
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed took place. It's like I know there is some race
Like,
mixing or no, I'm saying
yeah.
race mixing around that time between English moving into Spain and stuff like that. But at the same time, like,
Yes.
come
And
on,
conquer South America.
yeah.
And then you get how do I say this? The African people being transported over there. You want to elaborate on that?
No, go ahead. I'm letting you cook. Go ahead. Why are you trying to start shit? Go ahead. You want to get me in trouble so bad? You want me to keep saying the N word on the
I
bonus
don't know
episode?
what.
Come on.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
don't know if they taught you that in school. Yeah, I
Well,
don't
again,
know if they
like
taught you that in Northern California.
colonization existed on this continent, on that continent, on that continent. It
No,
existed.
but in Northern California, I don't know what they teach y'all in y'all schools. They might
I
just
know
say,
you ain't
hey,
talking. You said
they might just teach.
Jackie Robinson's from where? Like, okay.
On the side note, we lost another great baseball player too.
Yeah, I was almost gonna send you that, but I know the Angels right now are really a sore spot for you. But
I don't know which death hurt worse,
what was the other one?
him dying or the Angels franchise.
Oh, well, that's when they
The
signed
Ducks
over.
doing well, surprisingly.
That's when the Angels died when they signed fucking Albert Pujols.
Huh. All of 42 years old.
But like I said, Highlander, it's my most anticipated movie of next year. I'm locked in for it.
Yeah. Uh, Mine maybe it's gonna be Spider Man. Secret Wars would be 2 or 3.
I can't believe in Secret Wars until Doomsday's out. So I'm not jumping on that train.
Oh shit, the Ninja Turtles come out next year.
and their description of the Spider Verse footage was pretty good. It was they said it was a lot of interaction between alternate universe Miles and our Miles. The Miles that's the Prowler and the Miles that's the Spider Man, and they were like, "What's a Spider Man? Like what? Like we don't have that in our world because obviously he becomes the Prowler in his universe." But I'm gonna see it.
Also, they basically gave away his pops is out of here, but they already talked about in the second one. You
That's
can't
well,
correct what's destiny.
yeah, that's the point of the story. But and the point of the story is to stop that because like Dan Kaluuya's Spider Man, like let's go save your dad, like like that was the point of that entire scene at the end when they get all the Spider Man together. But I haven't seen either of those in the theater, so this will be the first one I'll go to the theater to see.
Uh, I I saw the second one theater. I was like, I could watch this on TV.
Well, I mean, that was my thing with the first one, even though because when that trailer came out, I'm like, this looks interesting, but I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to go to the theater to see it. And then when the second one came out, it was the same summer as Barbie, Oppenheimer, Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning. Um, what else
Ninja
came out?
Turtles. That was a good year, 2023, with all those movies.
Yeah, John Wick Chapter 4.
Yeah,
No, that was 2020.
2023.
Yeah, because it was also like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Yeah, that was, yeah, that's only like,
Which, duh, what did I say about that movie? I said, man, I want to see this shit. I saw it and legit, I was like, this shit is phenomenal. I've seen that movie 6 times. Now I watch it right now. I said, I'll never say anything else again until I watch it.
so the next one, I'm going to let you kind of not sell, but there's this movie coming out. It's called Grand Gear. This is a complete surprise to me because I just saw the tweet where it said we saw some footage of Ground Gear. It was described as mechs versus kaiju. Someone said Gundams versus Godzilla, basically. And this movie is directed by Takashi. Oh, I forgot. I had his name. Takashi Yamazaki, I think, who did Godzilla -1 and the sequel Godzilla -0, which is coming out this year as well.
Oh
Um,
shit, I forgot that's coming out. That's on my list
this
too.
is his movie. I think this is. Um,
Well, you still haven't seen -1.
I still haven't seen -1, unfortunately. No,
Yeah, you tweaking. Oh my
that's
baby,
my
you
own fault.
tweaking.
But I think this is going to try to be his. Even though those Godzilla movies have broken into North America, this seems, I think, like his kind of most American-ish movie because it's produced by J.J. Abrams, who we'll get to a little bit later to wrap up the show. But yeah, that's all it was described as Gundams versus Godzilla. And you were like, well, we've seen that. We got Pacific Rim. We've had other things. But as I point out, like, how many animes, mangas do we have about mechs versus? We got Gundams, all its variations. We got Zoids. We had what Robotech. Like
Mm-hmm.
even Transformers is basically this, but like
What's the problem?
yeah. Well, I mean, your whole thing is like, do we need to see robots versus giant monsters again?
I didn't know because I didn't initially look at it because sometimes I'll look at stuff and keep going because I'll get like the
Well, there's not
highlights.
much. The footage was again a giant robot fights a giant monster, but from a street level perspective, they said kind of not shot like cam footage in the Cloverfield way, but they said it had a Cloverfield type of vibe. Hence the J.J. Abrams
Sign me
producing.
up. And then you said it's a Japanese director. I'm cool.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I mean it'll be the biggest surprise of next year because or was it 2028? Because there was another movie for 2028 that we'll get to next where I was like, damn, like why are you like as Kevin Garnett said in Uncut Gems, why are you showing me it if I can't have it? Like,
That's how I feel every time I see my IG Explore page.
but I do think every once in a while we need. Yeah, it is 2028. Yep. Yamazaki's first English language film. He is the writer and producer as well. But J.J. Abrams is producing through Bad Robot, like I said, which we'll get to towards the end because a lot of things are happening with Bad Robot. Distributed by Sony Pictures. Yeah, because they said that was coming out, a Bloodborne animated movie. And what was the other thing that Sony said was gonna?
I think they said a Bloodborne. They're shooting a Bloodborne movie right now.
I just said that the Bloodborne. I think it's animated. Is the
No,
thing.
no, no. Yeah, they got that, but I think they got the movie coming out too. Chat. I don't play them games and Bloodborns and all that shit. Dark Souls. I think is the movie coming out.
No, they're filming Elden Ring right now.
There you go, Elden Ring. I don't
Yeah,
play those.
that's for A24.
Them rage bait games is what I call them. I don't play all that difficult shit. I play games and enjoy, and I throw my controller.
yeah,
Elden Ring.
Alex Garland, who did Civil War, Warfare, Ex Machina, Annihilation, a lot of sci-fi movies. He's the director of that movie. Damn it, that I hit. But yeah, like no, I mean this will be a big surprise for 2028. Which at that point, who knows what movies we'll have announced because a lot of these
Call of Duty.
distributors. Well, I mean that's the next one, and Call of Duty straight up just said, lock it in. This is our date, June 30th, 2028. Fucking get your gear, get your gun, go to the movie theater. Because by then, who knows what the country will look like? Maybe life will be a Call of Duty
She gonna
movie.
be in 4D for real, for real.
Well, the story of this was again, Pete Berg is the director, and he said, "Here's what he said about making this movie."
We should have got that Jake Gyllenhaal Division movie. That
Well, I'll get to why that movie won't be well, why it's long be delayed. But here's what Peter Berg said: We were making the movie with the right leadership, and that's what we found with David Ellison because this is a Paramount movie, everyone. And as we know, Paramount is on a certain side, the right one, as you would call it. And
no,
Pete
no,
Berg,
no, not the right one. Like it's the right
nope,
choice.
they
The right,
that was
yeah,
why I was
left,
leaving the
right.
what
Yeah,
to
let's paraphrase that.
that was the point of the pun is that in their
Yeah,
minds it is the right side. Like
yeah.
um Pete Berg expressed that he feels deeply connected to the special operations community and thus wants to portray it with full authenticity while infusing the film with real big scope. Pete Berg has always been one of those assholes who I've hated because he is one of those like let's support our fucking troops. I'm like, you've been an actor since the '80s. Why didn't you sign up for the fucking Gulf War, you
Thank
piece
you.
of
I
shit?
hate.
Like,
Hold on. Let me clear out on this one. I hate the motherfuckers, especially the rednecks. Yeah, I fucking said it. They be like, well, goddamn, support the truth. Well, you take your snuff dipping ass out there and do it with your Coors Light and your cousin that's your wife. How about you go out there and shoot them? God damn, I don't like the goddamn tear brown feet down around their head. Why don't you take your bitch ass out there and shoot instead of some teenager that's just trying to get out the poverty line? Well, except for the redneck ones. I serve my country, man. Fuck serving this country. Go ahead, Davis.
no, you're right because then because over the last like 15 years he made Patriots Day, which is the movie about the Boston Marathon bombing. He made Deepwater Horizon, which is the movie about the BP oil spill, and he did one other weird like pro America biopic. Oh, Lone Survivor. Lone Survivor. Yeah, he was in that bag of like these men are the real heroes. People, these are the people we need in the world. All that, even though like it's been, I haven't seen Lone Survivor, but like all the story of Lone Survivor is like this shit didn't happen at all. Like
It
literally
sounds
none of it.
familiar.
That's the movie where Mark Wahlberg and it's Ben Foster, I think, Emil
I knew it
Hirsch.
sounded familiar. That cover
Yeah,
with Marky Mark is on the front of it. It's
yep,
like in black. Yeah.
yep. And Taylor Kisha, the four soldiers stranded and need to find their way back to base after the mission goes wrong. Um, but Pete Berg
What
started
country
it.
did it take place in?
What country do you think it fucking takes place in? Are you
Exactly. That's
being
why
an
I ain't watched the
asshole?
show.
Come on, like, what do you mean? Fucking, what other country have we been at fucking war with the last 20 years?
30 since Desert Storm.
Yeah, sorry about yeah. But P. Berg started out as a
Shit,
good
30
director.
plus.
He did the Rundown, The Rock's best movie. He
It's
did
up there.
he
I
did
like I like that you said that, but it's up there.
it is because he's really good in it, and the rest of the movie is
Hold
really
on,
good.
Fast Five don't exist.
I'm not again. He doesn't get to take credit for those.
But dude,
He jumped
he
on the band. Not band. He jumped on the team. I'm saying Rock starring movies. It's his best movie.
I like Pain and Game, but I get you.
I never
Well, he's
finished.
supporting.
I only got like 40 minutes in the Pain and Gain and never finished it.
Yeah, the rundown because Pain and Game he was supporting. He was supporting in Fast Five. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what. And then he did Friday Night Lights, the movie after that, which I do like that. So again, despite it being
everybody always talking about that shit.
well, people talk about the show more than the movie
Yeah, I hear about the movie and the show, but more so the show, like you said. Everybody always talking about fucking Friday Night Lights.
because it had an impact. again,
On what?
that
Seeing Bama's play football?
no, it's about again Americana and drama and bullshit in football. You know, the American. Yeah, that's what Pete Bergsing is. The American dream. Apple pie, pickup trucks.
Yeah,
Like
I
he
ain't watching this
thinks.
Call of Duty shit. And besides, I could pick up a controller and play it right now.
Well, that was the point of this. They showed a scissor reel, but they're like, it's a lot of game footage set to Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. It's like, no shit. That's literally every Call of Duty video game commercial
Every
is.
year and
I'm
every
going to
year.
Wichita. Dun, 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 dun. Like,
All right, like every
yeah.
fucking
You got some Rolling
ACDC,
Stones? We can put that in there. Pain it, pain it, pain it,
like the
pain it. Like,
same propaganda, bro. It's like every year. I think fucking Modern Warfare 28 comes out this year. I ain't bought one since
yeah,
2019.
Modern Warfare 4 is I think this year they just because I think it's by
It's the
liking the tweet for the
same
Call of Duty
shit.
movie, by liking the Call of Duty movie tweet, I now saw like here are leaks from Modern Warfare 4. I'm like, I guess this is what the algorithm's going to serve me now. Like, even though I like to watch the Call of Duty gameplay,
That's why
um,
I stopped watching that shit. It's the same thing.
it's just enjoyable. Again, I don't just put on shit
It's
to
like
work
people
out.
that buy 2K every year, right? Like it's on Game Pass now, so I don't need to buy it for Xbox when I get
Well, I
another
haven't bought it
Xbox.
since 2023 or 2020.
Call of Duty?
No, I never bought Call of Duty. No, I've only played
Okay.
it with my brother.
They bought it or your parents bought it for?
Why do you think he is the way he is?
Yeah, so CinemaCon,
Yeah,
right?
but no, but no. I just bought MLB the Show 2 weeks ago, so I've been playing that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to tap in. It just, bruh,
Otherwise, my
people scared me
otherwise
with how they talk about with the control. They're like, this shit is impossible to play.
with MLB the Show,
Yeah,
all you gotta do is just reset it to the basic one.
standard, right?
Yeah,
People put
just
it on default, so they like, I don't know how to pitch, pause, or hit.
yeah. I got it where you just hit, you press X to hit, and you got the pitching meter. Again, I'm not trying to get pissed off playing a game. If I'm spending $60,
Thank you.
I'm playing it on the settings I want to play it on.
Thank you. That's why I don't do all that Elden Ring, Bloodborne, Dark Souls shit. I don't do all that. Fight the boss and you only got two healths. I don't do all that rage based shit. I want to play this so I can enjoy it and not think about my life. That's why I play
Yeah,
video games.
because when you and Nick were
By the way,
talking
too,
about, oh, go.
Crimson Desert, just wait for it to go on sale.
Well, I'm
Unless
not
you
gonna
got,
get
unless you unemployed, wait till it go on
it.
sale.
No, I'm not gonna get after you where you said it was kind of glitchy and all that, which I'm like that. It kind
No,
of
I
gave
didn't
off
say it
that
was
vibe.
glitchy. It's. Oh yeah, I did say it's kind of glitchy. But here's the thing: they just did a patch. But you could playing it. I haven't played in a minute, but playing it, you really got to be like, I have nothing to do. You can't just play. Let me play 30 minutes. It
Well,
takes
that's
you
why
30 minutes just to go do one thing.
that's always been my thing. Why I've never been into action games, despite always wanting to be, is because me playing video games is to spend an hour just to turn my brain off.
Thank you.
Um, which is why I stick to sport games, college football, NBA, or MLB the Show.
Thank you.
I cycle through those because I don't want to spend more than 2 hours on a game when but even though like there's this James Bond game intrigued me, kind of. But at the same time, I'm like, I wouldn't pay $60 for it to get it right away.
I'm gonna
Or
wait for it to go on sale.
I mean, the only same thing like when GTA 6 comes out. Like, would I get it? Yeah, but maybe not right away, especially with it going to be fucking $700 and a whole fucking
Well, again,
megabyte
we
of.
say you play sports games are considered what me and Amp call it Jody games or a low vibrational games. So I understand playing those for like 2K, man. Yeah, you can get me to play those type of unemployment games, but Call of Duty is like the ultimate. That and GTA 5 are online are like the ultimate unemployment games. Like you don't do anything you like but wear pajamas and Crocs everywhere,
Well,
say gang 200 times and bro, and smoke weed all day. Does it sound racist? Kind of, but at the same time, that's the motherfuckers that
racist
I
to
know
who
that
though?
play. Well, that's the motherfuckers I know that play these games all day and be, hey, gang, hey, we gonna go this way, man. Hey, man,
Because
listen.
I mean, you started off the show with Mountain Dew. That's who also plays these games. Like, got
Oh, I
let's go
can go
play.
to them.
Let's go play some Call of Duty, boys. Let's go.
No, these how these peckerwoods do it, bro. You don't know how to flash grenade, bro. Your fucking mom sucks dick, bro. That's the ones that be on the games like that. Fuck them and they basement or wherever the fuck they sleep at. But them too. Listen, the whole point is I play real games. All right, that make you think. I play Persona 5. I play RPGs with story involved. Yeah, they got witches and mazes and dungeons and shit. But you know what? That makes you think. It's critical
AKA
thinking.
nerd alert. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you know what's crazy? That's like when people talk about Smash Brothers and Tekken, the guys that have no edge up, they be real nice with the
the
games.
Lupe Fiasco games.
Yeah. But then they call them, somebody said on TikTok, and this shit had me howling. They said they had names like Bible names like Ezekiel,
Yeah,
Josh, stuff like that.
Josiah.
Yeah. Well, he looked like he played them type of games. But
Nathaniel.
yeah. But they be, bruh, you know what I'm talking about. That's why you laugh at anybody in the chat. They be real nice at Street Fighter, Tekken, especially Smash Brothers. You out if you play against them. No
You're
edge
literally
up.
talking about one Austin Creed.
If they ain't got no edge up, and
Well,
they be
I think
like
Austin. Yeah, I think that was it Creed or what? Austin Watson, because he went by Xavier Woods. Y'all, that's who Banks is
consequence.
talking.
You talking about
Yeah,
Consequences Creed?
yeah.
The
Your arch
Consequences
nemesis,
Creed, who
aka
ain't been on TV in a month. That's what
your
you talking about.
your future tunnel buddy.
Hey, whoa, hey, yo, that's crazy. Hey,
You want to
shouts out
explore?
to.
You want to explore the same cave he did?
I mean, that's a cave that a lot of people been in that do this and
Hey,
probably support the troops
especially
too.
one, especially one. Alberto Daddy, who's back in the pen.
Hey, Alberto Dorito. I want to call him Dorito. That would have been racist. Fuck him. Alberto, that's your new nickname, Dorito. Hey,
What
bro.
was his fucking? How did his entrance start?
He used to come out like in a lowrider. Damn, that's racist.
No,
He used to
I
come
can't
out
remember if
in
he
a
had no.
Taco
Well, he
Bell.
came. Like, don't forget, he came out. No, he came out in exotic foreign cars, but I thought it had. I don't want to say it's sort of like my name is Alberto Dor because like that's
I
the
think it
my name
was.
because it's my name is Inigo Montoya from Princess Bride, but he had something before his theme where it was something like that. And then it had like the rest of
Yeah,
that
that's
theme.
what I'm saying. I think I hear his music in my head because it kind of sounds like Eddie and them thing,
Well, yeah, that's who they.
the
But anyway,
mariachi. But he used to
but
come
yeah,
out with that towel, and then that vampire looking motherfucker used to
it
be
wasn't
with
a
him.
towel; it was a scarf.
Also, he was MJF before
Yeah, that's who.
MF.
What do you think? Again, like he. I mean, he stole how many people's gimmicks?
I mean, but at least he. Boy, I was about to go real. Maybe I
Alberto Del
was
Rio
on the
was a good
right.
wrestler. He's just a piece of shit human
No,
being.
hell of a wrestler, but he
Yeah,
needed to get up out of here,
yeah. You know him and Chauncey. Okay. But no, Call
bro.
of Duty.
He's already gone. Chat. Tell me
They
last
gave.
time y'all seen Chauncey Billups.
You think some guy legit said big shot, huh? And then got him out of there.
No, hey, Chelsea, let's go talk. Let's go talk.
But
You know how they do. You know how the mom do when you owe some money. Let's go talk.
when
Again, chat. When the last time y'all seen Chauncey Billups? I ain't
well,
seen the
who
IG
cares?
post.
Who cares with his fucked up
I
teeth and
think we
fucking
should.
and all that? But at
I
this,
think we should. That was 9 games into the season, and then the NBA
no, it
just
was. I
hey
think that
delete all that.
wasn't it the second game into the season. Like literally,
Yeah,
it was a Peacock games, and the night before, and then the next game was like Chauncey Billups. This is like the season just started, sir. What do you mean Chauncey Billups did that?
and again, Tiago Splitter, as Stephen A. should say, became coach. And when they talk about Tiago taking over, they don't really talk about why he took over as coach.
Well, who else were
I'm
they gonna
telling
put in
you.
charge?
I'm telling y'all, bro, he gonna end up like Michael Jordan, pops.
But when this Call of Duty news dropped, a
You
story
see how
from
much we care?
that's
We
what I'm
don't
saying.
give.
I want to wrap it up real quick because a story dropped from a year ago where it was reported that Steven Spielberg at one time went straight to Activision and said, "Let me make the Call of Duty movie. I want Final Cut, full production control." And they said, "We're selling the rights to Paramount." Right after he said, they fucking told him, "No."
You know why I'm making this face? You see, the goal is
You
right there.
with your history, yeah. But at the same time, I'm glad they didn't give him the rights to Call of Duty because he would have made the World War II win. And I'm like, your fascination, sir,
Out of here.
with this greatest generation bullshit. I'm tired of it. We know what happened. You did a Band of Brothers in the Pacific right after Private Ryan. Like, why are you kind of keep the same stories about Johnny from Brooklyn? You know, we lost him on the beaches that day. He was a good young kid. Why do you keep trying to make these same fucking stories? Like, no, I want like I said, this movie is going to be pure military propaganda. I ain't for that. I ain't with that. But at the same time, I like watching movies with guys and guns and gear. Okay?
Okay.
Am I a simpleton? Am I part of the problem? I can hear myself in the back too much. So yeah. But yes, I am. But at the same time, I don't want Steven Spielberg to make the same fucking movie over and over about these were the real heroes when men were men back then. I'm like, yeah, all right, it happened. We know, okay.
Well,
I'm thankful. I'm thankful for what they did, but you don't need to keep fucking having this fixation on fucking World War II porn. Like, okay, fuck.
well, here comes my small time bomb off the top of the Titan. What if he made Castle Wolfenstein?
No, because at the same time, he's like, it's
Are
too
you familiar
violent.
with that story?
It's Nazi scientists, right? Yeah, that's what I mean. Like his whole thing is like, that's too violent. I don't think I can. That's too evil.
Fucking World War II, was it?
That's too evil. No.
You,
It's again, Scorsese was the guy who was like, sex, I can't show it in movies. You cheated on your wife, you mother. What do you mean you can't show sex in your
oh, so he's
movies?
just a man. Oh, now we
No,
just
no, all these guys had that thing of like, no, that's just one like, no, it's like they can't
but
overstep one thing in their movies for
man,
their own personal
Italians,
thing.
what are you talking about? Italians cheat on their wives all the time. Why do you think Robert De Niro's still
No,
working?
I'm saying like, no, I'm saying that's yes, but in Goodfellas and other movies, Scorsese like didn't want to show sex on screen. It always like cut away after, or it always like go to like show it just about to start.
But yet somebody gets stabbed up in the back of a truck.
Exactly, yeah. Well, that's like David
Sure.
Cronenberg famously said, like because Martin Scorsese went to see one of David Cronenberg's movies and had to walk out. He's like, oh, it was too violent. I just couldn't stand it. And then David Cronenberg was like, the guy who made the Goodfellas diner scene told me my movie was too violent. Like, they
Right.
stomped Billy Bats to death in that scene. And he said,
Bruh.
my movie's too
A-Town
violent.
stomped his ass
But
with Sperry's on.
speaking of Paramount, Tom Cruise, it was announced that Top Gun 3 is in the works. This man is fucking a slave. This is a 360 deal he's in. Plain and simple. Because at the same time he was trying to leave Paramount after Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, he signed that deal with Warner Brothers. They made this movie that's coming out this year called Digger, which I'm going to get into. Stop it. I know what it sounds like. Again, it has a D, and the D is not silent, so stop it. Okay? So, he made that movie for Warner Brothers with Alejandro Inarritu, and they passed on the submarine movie we talked about, Deeper. And there was reports Paramount might make that movie, or if Warner Brothers found someone to take on the rest of the production, half the production budget, Warner Brothers would make it. But at the same time, once David Ellison was assuming control of Paramount and then assuming control of Warner Brothers, Tom Cruise had to do that. Like, shit, fuck.
I want to make my movies, but
Yeah, so he had to go back and they literally said he went back, kissed the rings, because there were stories
hey,
like him and David Ellison didn't get along in the last two Mission Impossibles.
say words, son. Say words, son.
Yeah.
Going right back for the same shit.
Yeah, so he was always a Paramount guy, which was the thing of like him leaving after all these years. Like it was the studio that Tom Cruise called home, like Clint Eastwood called Warner Brothers home, etc. But he literally was like, really? Did that have to happen?
He gonna start, like he did for shouts out to him for what he did for Sinners. He gonna campaign.
That's him being president of Hollywood. He gets front. He did that for Barbenheimer because he promoted both. Because they took the IMAX screens from Mission Impossible, so he had to act like he wasn't mad about that. He did that for Sinners. He did that for one other movie as well.
Well,
I
if
think
the
it was
sale
F,
is,
F, I think it was F1. He showed up
well,
to
if
be
the
like,
sale
let's do this
actually
movie.
is about to happen, because again, what's
Yeah.
David Gosgard can't even piece his money up.
No, the whole point of the sale is David Zaslav is trying to potentially leave and leave with like almost $1 billion.
That's what I'm saying. So he piecing his money up so he can get some other money. So everybody trying to piece their money up. So the sale ain't even final. Basically, look, I'm about to get real nerdy right now, people. They basically saying, and I'm gonna say it in the context of how we speak. You know how we talk, brother. Yeah. Nah. They basically like, you got your part. Hey man, you gotta. Hey, hold on, give me a minute. You feel me? Things is a little tough around here. We don't know what's about to happen with the war and the economy. I'll get back to you.
I think
Everybody.
they said David Zaslav stands to make 800 million or something like that if this goes through.
But that's the thing. Everybody's
Yeah,
saying this basically like, hey,
and they were like, we're not gonna pay you 800 million.
but also too, everybody like, shit, should we do this? That's what
Well,
it is. So it's just
when
on the
Paramount
table, and then
had their
Netflix ain't trying to come back with extra. So
yeah,
they like, which means Warner Brothers, just stay where the fuck you at.
I'll get back to the Tom Cruise thing in a minute because speaking of Warner Brothers, like you just said, they had. It seemed like they weren't excited for what they have this year because they're like, here's what's coming next year. This movie called Tiamo, which is from Sean Baker, who won all the Oscars for Anora 2 years ago. And that'll be released under Warner Brothers' new label called Clockwork. That's supposed to be like how Paramount has, well, not Paramount, how Universal has Focus Features, which is where they make all their indie movies. How Fox 20th Century Studios had Fox Searchlight. So it seems like Warner Brothers now has a, a label where they can make like $40 million movies or even less than $40 million movies.
Oh, they got a
Andy,
Cops Records. That's what's up.
yeah, they basically have like big movies here, the smaller auteur movies over here.
That's the Universal play when it comes to
Yep.
record labels.
Andy Serkis is The Hunt for Gollum. So this is the
Can't wait.
Lord of the Rings sequel that was announced, in which they said Jamie Dornan, who's most famous for playing Christian Grey in the 50 Shades of Grey movie, he'll play the young version of Strider, aka Viggo Mortensen's character. But the rest of the cast, they're bringing back Ian McKellen, which I'm like, I don't know how. Like
Prop them
Ian,
up.
he's there. He's literally sitting in Doomsday because I don't think the man can stand.
Yeah. It's gonna be sad how you gonna look in that Magneto outfit. Just get rid of him first scene.
I think that's going to be the plan. But Hunt for Gollum has. What the fuck? I just had. I'm trying to. That's why I hate certain. It has a cast. I'll give it that. Like even though I'm not excited for the Lord of the Rings movies,
Well,
Andy
what's the name
Serkis.
got to come back? Elijah got to come back just to get
Yep,
up
that's
out
what I'm
of here.
saying. Yep, it's
Yeah.
literally Andy Serkis as Gollum, Ian McKellen as Gandalf, Kate Winslet as Marigold, Jamie Dornan as Strider, Leo Woodall as Halvard, Lee Pace as Thranduil, Lee Pace, aka Thrag from Invincible. Shout out to Rome. And Elijah Wood is Frodo. Yeah. But I'm not going to see this movie again. I don't fuck with the Lord of the Rings movies at
I'll be
all.
there day one.
But that is December of 2027.
Is
There's this.
Andy directing this, or is
Yep. Yep. He is
okay?
starring director of it. This animated movie called Bad Fairies, starring Cynthia Erivo. Evil Dead Wrath, which is the Evil Dead.
Oh fuck!
Sam Raimi's coming back.
Please stop.
They described the new Evil Dead, the one that's called Evil Dead Burn this year. That movie sounds crazy.
Again, this the new Call of Duty. They got an Evil Dead movie every
What?
year.
What's wrong? What do you have against Evil Dead?
Every year, bro. Damn, how much evil is dead?
There's evil everywhere. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and the shit won't die. So maybe you got to keep making these movies. Damn.
Margie Claus, a new animated film around saving Christmas, starring the aforementioned Melissa McCarthy.
You know I hate that a lot. I'm
Um,
Melissa McCarthy. It's Christmas.
Panic Carefully, which is Sam Eswell's new movie. I'll be excited about that. It's a movie about computer hackers. Tim
So
Miller.
what's going on right now?
Yeah, well, don't forget Sam Esmail was the writer, creator, director of Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot, so this is his movie version of it, basically. Tim Miller, who directed the first Deadpool and Terminator Dark Fate, his next movie is Shiver, starring Keanu Reeves about surviving a shark attack. Zach Krager's new
Huh?
movie. It's like
Jaws?
basically, yeah. Zach Krager's new movie, The Flood, which there's no plot description yet because it's just announced and he's finishing up Resident Evil. And his prequel for Weapons called Gladys is also going to be released next year. Oh no, I'm sorry,
She
not
gonna get
next year.
nominated. Hey, bookmark this. She gonna get nominated for that movie for
And
Best Actress.
it won't be next year. It'll be 2028.
She'll be
So
nominated 2029.
here's what's crazy to me. No, she won't because that'll be they didn't nominate Anthony Hopkins again for Hannibal Lecter after he won the first Oscar. They rarely
Well,
do. They rarely nominate the same person for playing the same role.
it
That's
might
only
be an
happened.
exception. And then, I mean, obviously, we got to see what's going to happen at that point. But because that's 2 years from now. I know 2028 will be Michael two nomination.
Here's one that was completely surprised me. Baz Luhrmann's Joan of Arc. I'm like, Joan of Arc.
That's not
My,
bad. That story, I don't think it's been told in years.
I'm, I literally saw two Joan of Arc movies growing up because my mom was always into like that medieval history shit. Like there was one with Mila Jovovich,
I
and there
remember that.
was one like 4 or 5 years later that was kind of more made for TV ish with Lily Sabinski or Sobesky. And yeah, like the Joan of Arc story to Mia is like one, it is crazy. She thinks God is telling her to fight in the war to save her people, all that, which is like, and I think they don't they burn her at the cross too or something. They set her on
Yeah, because
fire.
she gave people that herped dirt.
Yeah. Well, again, she fought in the 100 Years' War, which happened for 100 years. Like,
Sound
um,
like every war now.
and then a bunch of horror movies like The Revenge of La Llorona, The Conjuring: First Communion, Final Destination 7.
Another Conjuring movie?
Yeah, yeah,
Another Final Destination?
yeah, yeah.
Let me tell you
Those
something.
were
I got a
pretty.
Final Destination movie. Let me pitch it right now. All right. Final Destination 8, right? Takes place in America, motherfucker. Every time you gotta go to a Walmart parking lot, you see your light flashing before your fucking eyes. Anytime you eat something from McDonald's, you see your light flashing before your eyes.
Oh,
Anytime
okay,
you breathe this
because
air,
that CEO didn't know what was in that burger. You said that.
yeah, I know what's in there.
Here's the most intriguing
Saturday night.
out of that group that's going to be 2027 or 2028. This is the what the hell? That ad just started playing on its own. Holy shit! This is
Was
the
that
ocean.
MF Doom?
No, I have no idea what it was. It's the Ocean's prequel. It's the story of Danny Ocean's mother and father infiltrating the Monaco Grand Prix as spies in 1962, starring Margot Robbie and Bradley Cooper. The movie will also be written and directed by Bradley Cooper.
Oh, oh, surprise there.
Well,
Surprise there.
there are two things about this movie. First, when it was announced, Jay Roach, who directed the Austin Powers movies, was the director. And the
That would have been
co-star
dope.
and the co-star at the time was Ryan Gosling. It was rumored that him and Margot Robbie were going to reunite, do what they did in Barbie, but in the Ocean's movies. Apparently, he didn't sign on because obviously he's been the busiest man in Hollywood by going from Barbie, Project Hail Mary, the Star Wars movie he's in. He had the Fall Guy as well, all of that. So Ryan Gosling, none of that. They had Lee Isaac Chung, who did the last Twisters movie. He was going to be the director, but left within the last couple of months. He left over the creative differences, which is why they brought in Bradley Cooper. And since, like you just said, Bradley Cooper can only be in movies he's writing and starring in
That shit
and
about to be
directing.
boring now. He about to make this shit
Um,
some old think piece ass classically trained movie, man. That shit sound fun. Ocean's supposed to be fun, bro.
I think this guy can be fun. He's fun in the A Team. I know that was 2009, but he was or 2010. He
No,
was
but
fun in
even
that.
then, he was just like, I'm cool. He's just too fucking cool.
That's
American
Bradley.
Hustle.
He's Bradley fucking Cooper. What's he
That's
supposed
the
to
problem.
be?
This premise sound originally when you just told me the director wasn't supposed to be cool. It's supposed to be fun. It's
George
the Ocean
Clooney's
franchise.
cool. That's what Bradley Cooper can
That's
be.
different though. He ain't George Clooney.
I know he's not. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like he can try to do that impression ish. I guess, but I'll be. I'm not. It won't be high on my list, but I'll look forward to it.
Hey man, I feel you. I'll make a movie with Margaret Robbie too.
Yeah,
What
but
you want to
because
make?
let me go
That's
back
all
to
I
that
ask you.
Tom. Let me go back to that movie that Tom Cruise is making. I can't say the title because you're just gonna keep looking at me.
Nah, it's only funny once.
It is crazy though. It is a crazy name for a movie.
It's not. If you immature, it is. It's
No, just
it's
because
big.
if you hear
No, people need
all
to
if
learn
you
how
no,
use
if
your
you hear
vowels.
if you hear all but one letter, you do have to do the what like like again. It's
Well, in
called
your state, yeah.
digger. So that's
Thank
where.
you.
So
And enunciate your words, people. Then you won't have to worry about that. Don't try to speak so fast.
here's the extended trailer. It's absolutely bonkers from beginning with a haggard Tom Cruise as Digger Rockwell, an industrialist living in a secluded mansion in the woods. He's foul-mouthed, balding, and sports a thick country accent, which for
Oh God.
Tom Cruise, when he wants to play characters, he's like, make me fat, make me bald, because I ain't doing that method
Yeah,
acting.
he always do that.
You know why? He's not losing his hair, losing his fucking muscles. When you think he's looking like you, it's a prop production. I mean, it's props department for a reason. Do your jobs. I don't have to do that job of losing weight, losing hair like fucking Robert De Niro did. Do your jobs. Get a wig, get a fat suit, do your job. So I respect that aspect of it. Like make
Hey,
the
he got
props.
the. It looked like he got the nose like Al Pacino and Dick Tracy.
Uh, foul mouth balding with a country accent, and that's the other thing. Him doing a country accent, he's probably gonna eat that up. Like, what's going on here? What do you? My name
He
is
about to do the
that?
quintessential country accent.
Well, he grew up in Kentucky because I think his mom did have a country accent because she was
I
like,
thought he's from New York.
no, I'm saying he grew up, but then what? Like I'm saying grew up, but then moved to New York as like a
Okay.
yeah. Like I think they were Kentucky and then moved to New York later, like later in his early childhood. But treating everyone with disdain other than his cat. So he's like my father, I guess.
This
when
movie
an,
about Big Mike.
when an employee at one of his oil drilling sites reports that a methane is causing water to flow up, disrupting the ice shelf, he curses him out, telling him to continue as usual. The decision has catastrophic consequences, displacing entire nations. The president, played by John Goodman. See, that's who they should flip the roles. John Goodman should play the fat, balding guy with the southern accent. Tom Cruise should play the president. Like, that's how.
Despite him losing weight, no, that's too spot on.
A very over-the-top performance. John Goodman in an over-the-top performance. What? What do you mean? I say that in
Compared
a
to the
loving.
Flintstones,
I say it in a loving way because John Goodman is a great actor in a serious way, in a comedic
hey, you got to
way.
be to act like you married to Roseanne Barr.
But again, he's Sully from Monsters Inc. He's Walter in Big Lebowski. John Goodman always delivers.
Yeah.
Well, again, Walter, and when he plays Walter in Big Lebowski, that's the guy who didn't serve, but is like our troops, gun rights, all of that. Because when the dude's like, Walter, you didn't even serve in Vietnam, and he's like, I would have if they would have taken me. Like,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, if you married to Roseanne Barr on a TV show, yeah, you a hell of an actor.
a very
And your
over the
wife
top,
is, you know,
yeah, in a very in a very complimentary way, flanked by his assistant Riz Ahmed. He tells him he has to fix it. What follows is a series of larger-than-life images, including boardroom brawls, high-flying jet sequences, too many explosions to count, and him relaying the story of the shovel passed down through generations. So this movie sounds crazy big, and this is the guy who made Birdman, so I can believe it.
I'll be watching. When's it coming out? October?
It is October 20. Oh, I'm sorry. I up October 2nd because October 23rd is Clayface. In the description of Clayface, I'm like,
Can't
hey,
wait.
I'm telling y'all now. When that, hey, I'm
No,
telling
no, no.
you,
I'll be there.
the people who saw it at CinemaCon were like, if you liked Joker, you're gonna like Clayface, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely not seeing it now.
No, see,
and neither is the 900 million people, $900 million that from the people that saw Joker. This movie's making, like I said, 200 at the most. No one's gonna see a movie about a guy who wipes his face and clay starts to come from it. Get that
I heard a
shit
different
out
description
of
for it.
here.
They
No,
said they're
that's
trying to go more practical effect. Not practical. Well, yeah, along the lines of that. It's not gonna be like a lot of CG.
It says Matt lying in a bathtub, touching and wiping off his face, which turns into a terrifying swirl of clay before it cuts to the title card, Clayface. But yeah, that was Warner Brothers. Oh,
No,
and
not the scripts. I heard somebody say they compared it to some type of horror movie, like an older horror movie.
probably like The Fly, I imagine, or something like that.
Yeah, there you go. They compared it to
Um, but yeah, Top Gun 3. All right, let me see. Top Gun 2, Top Gun Maverick, I should say, will probably be my favorite movie of the 2020s. It's either that or Sinners right now. But the reason it was so good is because it literally took them fucking 25 years to make it. I don't want you to jam a third one when we had this masterpiece 4 years ago. I know Glenn
Yeah.
Powell's on the rise, but at the same time, Glenn Powell's stock might be falling. Miles Teller just sold his fucking canned cocktail company for $300 million, and he said, "I'm not going to retire from acting just because I made all this bank from canned cocktails." But it's like you also haven't been acting in shit.
Right.
So
And you kind of did.
even though he is in the Michael Jackson movie as a lawyer, but at the same time, it's like, so yeah,
They shot that 2 years ago.
I bet you're signing up for this because nothing else has been going on. And then the other people like Monica Barbaro, Louis Pullman, Danny Ramirez have been in stuff. Danny Ramirez, obviously, the new Falcon in the Marvel movies. Louis Pullman was Sentry in Thunderbolts, and he'll be in the new Spaceballs. And Monica Barbaro was in the Bob Dylan movie. So that's like there are people that have rose into prominence and you can get back. But at the same time, it's like what made that movie so great is that it took so long, and it wrapped up perfectly with the Val Kilmer stuff. It was a movie about Tom Cruise on it at that time. Like you can't just force another sequel so soon. I think it's a very poor decision. But at the same time, I think he's having to do the job so he can get the movie he really wants to get made after. Like he's playing the David Ellison game, unfortunately.
Well, and we got to call to go home on it. Yeah, we got to call to go home on his character too.
You think they got to kill him in this one so he doesn't have to come back?
I mean, yeah, and then it kind of makes sense because now you got the new generation.
No, then they would have done that the same thing in Mission Impossible, and they didn't do that.
No, but he got away so many times. You can't get away now. You 60 plus years old. You can't get away now.
Well,
You
what
can
is
play
Tom
like that.
Cruise? And there was that quote about Charles Bronson. Like he turned down one movie because he's like, "I'm Charles Bronson. I don't die." It was
I
like,
just beat up black people.
yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Unfortunately,
A lot of those guys back then did a lot of stuff where it's like, yeah, you were drinkers, you were racist. It makes a lot of sense, you know.
I mean, Clint Eastwood, yeah, he was just. Or your favorite president, Ronald Reagan, he was knocking down Indians.
My favorite president, but that was Tom Cruise's future. I mean, he also still wants to make a Days of Thunder sequel, which makes much more sense than Top Gun Maverick sequel.
Why?
Because NASCAR is kind of back on the rise, and F1 did well, so it's like
Unless he gonna get up with Jordan and collab with him.
That's what I mean. You got to get him and Michael. He starts racing for Michael Jordan.
But Mike gonna be up here grabbing him and shit like that, slapping him in the back of his head.
Hey, little man, what you
do? you know you're not better than me. I know that. You want to put me 1-on-1? I got $20 million right now. How much you worth? I'm worth. I'm worth four.
Yeah.
I'm worth 400 million, Mike. Oh, shit, that ain't no money. I'm 3.8 billion.
But as I said earlier, J.J. Abrams was at CinemaCon to talk about his new movie, The Great Beyond. This was on my most anticipated. At the very bottom, because not much has been said about this movie. Glenn Powell's a star. The only thing we know is that he talks about there are other worlds out there, alternate worlds, which is like, okay. When we discussed it before, I'm like, it seems like they want to try to do the South Park Imagination Land arc, that Macaulay Culkin movie, Page Master, right?
Yeah.
That Brendan Fraser movie, Inkheart, where like the books come to life or characters from the book come. It's supposed to have that vibe because like the way they describe this, and also Ready Player One, because it's like analog computers are involved and all that. So I'm just like J.J. Abrams, okay. He's made 3 great movies: Mission Impossible 3, Star Trek 2009, and The Force Awakens. 3 great movies I like to watch, movies I like to rewatch. He made 1 good movie, Star Trek Into Darkness, the sequel to Star Trek 2009. Not bad, not great, just good. And then he made 2 awful fucking movies. He made Super 8, which is one of the worst movies I've ever seen, and it's just pure Spielberg garbage. It makes Stranger Things look good, and that's saying something. And then he made The Rise of Skywalker, which is the worst Star Wars movie ever made. Phantom Menace, way better than Rise of Skywalker.
Wait, hold on.
I haven't rewatched Rise of Skywalker since in 2019.
Let me learn about that. You right, but here's the issue I got with you and you other jabronis that slander Phantom Menace. Because I get what you're trying to say.
Phantom Menace is bad. Phantom Menace is bad. Misa thinks you should go to. You want
You
you
worry
want to.
about one aspect that everybody talked about when I was a kid in 1999 when
It's
that shit came out.
40% of the movie,
Yeah. Okay. So one bad character compared to everything else we got. We got the origin story of Anakin
and
Skywalker.
it's not that good of an origin story. Did you know he
What you
didn't have a
talking
father?
about?
Did you know he didn't have a father?
Yeah, on the same planet that his kid grew up on with the same relatives. Wait, was it same relatives? No, no, no. It was the uncle and whatever the fuck took him
That's
over.
they're in Attack of the Clones, but like, all right, no, the rest of I know what you're trying to.
And
You're
he
trying.
was a racer, which then
That's
was
that's the
inherited
that's the only
by
good
Luke.
part. That's the only good part of his origin story is the pod race. But like, okay, you got to tell us he's Jesus, but he has Jedi blood at the same
Yes,
time. Like Jedi blood exists as well. Like
you
no,
get it
no,
already.
no. That's stupid. It's as bad as
And
the
then
fucking.
they inherently said where he got this bloodline from, which then leads us to these prequels that we getting later on, maybe
Those aren't.
down
Those aren't.
the line.
Those aren't. Those are not happening. No.
Well, we got Knights of the Old Republic, which is one of my favorite
That
games
shit's
ever.
not fucking canon, as George Lucas has said. That shit's not
That's him.
canon.
He don't own it. The Lucas man
Yeah,
don't
he
own it
does.
no
He owns
more.
it here. He owns it. Here's where he owns
Hey,
it.
you when you sold that shit for 3.2, which I respect, when you sold it for 3.2
No,
billion
he's
dollars
the
because you got
owner.
tired of the marks. They got the worst marks ever. Asking you, well, what was Han Solo dipped in? Motherfucking chocolate. That's what he was dipped in. Stop asking me that shit. It's been 30 years. All right. Phantom Menace is phenomenal. By far phenomenal. Is it Clone Wars? No. It definitely ain't
The
Revenge
animated
of the Sith.
series?
No, no, no. The second movie.
Attack of the Clones. Okay.
Yeah, Attack of the Clones. I'm sorry.
Well,
And it
Attack of the
definitely
Clones
ain't.
is Attack of the Clones is it's good
It,
and bad, but its bad parts are what makes it good. Like all that
it's second to last.
well, no,
No,
let's
no,
start
no.
off. No, we will do the Star Wars episode when Mandalorian and Grogu comes out because don't forget, I am not a Return of the Jedi fan.
Because you
Yeah,
tweaking.
yeah, the bears are cute, but the
The
rest of them,
Ewoks?
yeah,
Well, actually, they aren't bears.
the snuggle bear, that's what they are. They're fucking Teddy Ruxpin, fucking yeah,
Did you
they're
ever see
cute.
that TV movie?
Yeah,
Okay. I just wanted to make
the
sure.
weird with what's my
This
motherfucker's
motherfucker
name?
said Phantom Menace is trash. Hell no. I'm having flashbacks to going to the theater seeing that when I was little.
It's cool when you're a kid, but when you watch it as an adult, you're like,
Hell no. And look, the Darth Maul, look, glazing. All
that
right, cool.
we needed more of that. That's what we
They
not.
got a show
Misa
now.
thinks you should and the fucking Gungans and all that. Like I need to see fucking
Well, they got a show about him now. Darth Maul.
yeah. But I don't want to see it as a show. I wanted to see it in the fucking movie, dickhead. Like don't be like
I'm
it's just.
cool, bro.
But
And they had General, what's his name? General.
General Grievous.
Yeah, General.
Yeah.
I almost thought I was about to mess with the name.
I
General Grievous.
literally was talking about this with a coworker. I'm like, that's why Star Wars was cool because it's like, who's this cool character? And George Lucas as a booker is like, cool character, right? What if he died in the next fucking scene? And you're like, are you an asshole or something? Like, what's your fucking problem? Like, you introduce Jango Fett and you're like, beheaded. You introduce General Grievous, dead.
Wait, because he served his purpose. That's why.
He puts Boba Fett in fucking Empire Strikes Back, and then literally in Return of the Jedi, he's like, into the pit you go. It's like, do you just like creating cool characters to fuck with us? Like,
Yeah, because you know what? We ran it up with the merch money.
no, because he's a dickhead. And who
I
knows
would say
who knows if he created the whole thing from scratch? Because Harrison Ford legit was like, did you just now come up with this when he got the Empire Strikes Back script and found out Luke was the son of Darth Vader? He straight up said, you came up with this just now, right? Because he's like, no fucking way. Like,
Hey, sometimes ad-libbing is the best thing. It works for my life.
Really? Ask Triple H if ad-libbing works.
You talking about somebody that has no talent being Triple H. Now we're
And
going to
George
something totally
Lucas,
different.
as a director, George Lucas did not have talent.
Okay.
As a creative mind, he had one idea, one really good idea.
That idea took over the fucking world.
Yeah, that's my point. But he had no talent. He just had one good idea. That was it.
Wait, that makes you talented if you come up with the
No, it doesn't,
idea.
because talented would mean to have more. And I guess Indiana Jones, but I would give Spielberg more credit for that.
So I'll say now you going. I
No,
didn't
because
even bring up, bro. This the real
I
verses.
would give
Like,
Spielberg more credit for that because again, he made those fucking movies. Not Lucas.
but look who came up with the idea.
It's story by George Lucas. He didn't write the whole fucking script. It's story by.
Yeah, it's his
It's him saying
idea,
like,
bro.
what if a guy with a hat had a whip
He
and
don't sound
stuff?
like that. He from your
Yeah,
region.
he does. He does sound like that. He sounds like
He from your region.
what if a he sounds like that.
Is he from Stockton?
He's from here. He's Southern California.
No, he's not. He's
Yeah,
y'all.
he went to USC.
Yeah, he went from north to
What?
south.
No, he went from south to north. You just don't want to claim him because he sounds like fucking Santa Claus. That's why.
Yo, he's looked like Santa Claus. All right, he looked like one of the Ewoks our entire life.
Modesto. So all right, he's from my area. Fuck.
I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I know our people. He got that nice ass. He got that nice ass land out there too. That shit looked like something from Star Wars.
But
He lived like you too in a different way.
I know what you mean.
R.I.P. man. What's our guy Roger Ebert? I never forget when he tried to get Oprah. He tried to get Oprah. He was like, "Yeah, I like movies. What type of movies you like?" Oprah.
So you're saying
said,
it's me, George Lucas, Gary Owen, Roger Ebert, and Bill Burr walk into a bar.
That's actually a good ass movie. Write that down.
But
it's just funny how Roger my phone. It's just funny how Roger Ebert was trying to get at Oprah. How much you got? Yeah, hey sister.
Well,
all while he was married.
And they were both in Chicago, so he's like, it makes sense.
Well, he from the crib on Shorty. He from Chicago.
Yeah.
She just did the whole thing of everybody else that come from Mississippi. They go to Chicago or LA.
Okay, back to my point. So, like I said, 3 great movies, 1 good movie, 2 putrid, awful pieces of trash. That's J.J. Abrams' directing career. He hasn't made a movie since 2019. So the story has come out that Bad Robot is moving its production offices from Los Angeles to New York. And this probably has to do with a lot of the taxation in California.
Well, shit, the taxes in New York ain't much better.
That was my other point. In that, and this is why...
I thought you was about to say like Ohio, Atlanta. You was like, no, New York.
Well, this is where he's, again, JJ being so full of shit because he's like, yeah, downsize. I want to start directing more. I'm like, you could have directed anything, anything. No one in Hollywood is going to tell J.J. Abrams, no, you can't direct a movie. You took 6 years off because you're a pussy, because you directed a movie you knew you shouldn't have directed. They
had to call him.
They fired Colin Trevorrow because Book of Henry did so bad, and the backlash from Rian Johnson's The Last Jedi. And Kathleen Kennedy, because again, she's the biggest fucking idiot on the face of the fucking earth.
I'll co-sign that.
JJ comes back, and that makes him the second biggest idiot because he had said, "Yeah, I'll take the job." And the third biggest idiot is Chris Terrio, who he wrote the script with, the guy who won the script for Argo, and then wrote a piece of shit called Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. So
what you say?
I will punch you in the face the second.
I don't give a fuck. Go ahead, repeat what you just said.
It is the worst superhero movie of the 2010s.
Wait, so
I would rather watch
Green Lantern was like 09, right?
I would rather watch Green Lantern than
you're out your fucking mind.
Dawn of Justice has 20 minutes of, and the movie's 2.5 hours. It has 20 minutes of good. No, it has 20 minutes of a good movie in it, and the rest is Jesse Eisenberg being weird.
He gets a rest.
And then Henry Cavill doing, again, a guy who can act, doing nothing, but looking brolic, looking swole,
and being depressed.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's talk about the guy.
The 20 minutes of Ben Affleck are the greatest movie, and that's it. It's just 20 minutes of him. That's it. Because shit. Because the extra scenes with him and Gal Gadot, not good. The scene with fucking Ezra Miller, there's Lois. We gotta save. I'm too late. Like, no, sucks. All of it sucks.
So you mean to tell me you didn't like anything with Gal Gadot, trash ass?
No, it's good when she fights, but not the talking scene when she's like, you know, the real sword is, you know, like, all right, shut up. Like,
Hey, that's how I feel about everything she's
this is
ever
why
done in my
Justin Lin
life.
never let you speak. Like, he was right
Just
about
sit
that.
there, be tall and pretty.
Except when the only good thing she said was, he's a man. And then when Tyrese goes, what's that? He's a man. Like, from Fast Five.
And people think he be acting. No, that's him.
um, so here's, and then J.J. Abrams again has always been a producer of movies, a producer of television. Again, like Ryan Coogler's trying to do now, J.J. Abrams was doing for the
He should bring back
2000.
the old show with Jessica Alba.
Oh, Dark Angel. He didn't work on that show. He worked on
He
Alias.
produced it. Oh no, yeah, I'm thinking about Alias. My fault.
Yeah.
That's with
Um.
Jennifer Garner, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking about because I remember I had the game and I watched the show.
His producing career though is like
But Jessica Alba, never mind. Go ahead.
Cloverfield, which is like again okay movie. That movie I said earlier, Grand Gear. This movie called End of Oak Street, which is what if dinosaurs were in the real world, but not like Jurassic Park. Like it's like a movie where they combine modern time in that era. It looks super weird. Anne Hathaway's in it. Ewan McGregor, speaking of Phantom Menace, is in it. He produced that movie Overlord, which fucking sucks. Um, that movie, which was basically the ripoff of Nazi Zombies, and he also produced. I'm not giving him credit for producing the Mission Impossibles because he signed on after being the director of the third one to then produce the remaining until Dead Reckoning and Final Reckoning. But overall, his producing career again pretty overrated. And then like Banks was trying to bring up his television work, he did Felicity, Alias, Lost, Fringe, The Undercovers, and the show Duster. And that was the point. J.J. Abrams was in this mega deal with Warner Brothers over the last couple years and didn't produce a single thing that came from it. And now he's trying to move back to this lane of like, I'll just be a director because he failed at being a mogul. And it's like, he didn't know he tried to become what Spielberg was with Amblin and then DreamWorks. Like Spielberg was able to do that. Like he had two different studios to produce Spielberg-like projects, and that worked until he sold both of them and then just went back to making movies. And J.J. Abrams tried doing that with Bad Robot and not as successful. So he's back in the director's chair. Who knows for how long? Because like I said, this movie with Glenn Powell, I'm looking forward to it. He doesn't have anything else announced next for now, but we'll see. But I just want to say, like I said, he's on Fraud Watch because if this movie with Glenn Powell isn't good, then that whole this guy was the chosen one after Spielberg, it's all a race.
Yep.
It's all for naught because, like I said, he kind of bridged the gap because what we kind of have now in Ryan Coogler. I don't want to say it's Chris Nolan because Chris Nolan was before J.J. Abrams. He had already directed, three movies by then. Christopher Nolan, so he was already kind of in a class above him with J.J. Abrams being this screenwriter, then TV showrunner, to then major motion picture director. But yeah, to wrap it all up, crazy. But the rest, just want to say there were some other ones on CinemaCon, just to keep an eye on. Michael B. Jordan showed his Thomas Crown footage. It's kind of him stealing art for a good reason, much like Killmonger was stealing it in his
Right.
Black Panther scene. Like he's taking it back to the people who should own the art. And again, Adria Ahorna is in that movie, who, as I told you, will not be playing the character they're saying in Man of Tomorrow. She's playing Wonder Woman. I want that on the record here. She's not playing Maxima and that bullshit. James Gunn is worse than Tony Khan. He's worse than Triple H. He plays to the marks. He's on Twitter more than them. You don't cast Adria Ahorna to not play Wonder Woman.
Right, because it was only 2 reports that said that, and the other 2 was like, we don't know the role.
We don't know. And then
we know the role.
And like I said a couple weeks ago, just cast an old guy to play Harvey Dent's dad. They finally did. They picked Charles Dance, who was Tywin Lannister from Game of Thrones. Old British guy, you would recognize him if you saw him. But he would
Yeah.
be playing the dad of Harvey Dent in the Batman Part 2. And I literally, that's my point. Like, I don't know what they were thinking trying to get Brad Pitt, Daniel Craig, Viggo Mortensen. Because I'm also at the same
Right.
time like, those guys don't look old enough to be the father of Sebastian Stan, even if they were in their early 20s when that. But I'm like I said, just cast an old, like an actual old guy. Robert De Niro made sense, but he didn't need to be in the movie. So
Yeah.
that's that. And then there was one more thing. Oh, the Street Fighter trailer. The full. This is gonna be the worst movie of the year. I'm not
Oh
seeing
god.
it. It's as I said on Twitter. It looks YouTube fan films have looked better than this shit.
It looks like a YouTube fan film,
No, it looks worse than that. Like Roman
but
Reigns
you
and
know
Cody,
what?
Roman
It's
Reigns and
like, all right,
Cody aren't quitting their day jobs for a reason.
well, that and I don't want to hear God fed Sonic Boom like this. That's
I
all
gotta,
it's gonna be.
I gotta, I'll send you a video I saw on Twitter about that right after. Um, but yeah, is there anything else?
That I could think of right now in particular. No, I like everything for the most part that I heard. Mahershala Ali got that movie coming out.
That movie, which was supposed to have the guy who was gonna do Blade originally, which is
It
again
always
my,
comes back to Blade.
all right, I'm gonna say this: Mahershala Ali, acting legend, Bay Area legend. You're just an asshole to me now with the whole Blade thing and the whole like you did. I think the first two seasons of Invincible, and you didn't come back to these last two. And I'm like, it's voice acting. How hard is it for you to get in a studio for a day, read your lines, and dip?
Hey,
Like
you got to up that pay for a day.
he's
That's what he's saying.
already he's already got the pay, and then he took the fucking Jurassic World
Oh, by
reboot.
the way, I watched that the other day.
That one. Did you like it?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
I haven't
I
seen
was
it,
like,
and I won't see it. Oh, sweet David. All right, last thing, because you said what movie did you bring up earlier? Shit. Oh,
uh,
oh fuck.
what year did it take place? I can remember.
No, it was because it was sent. I was saving it, but because the guy who they initially wanted to direct that Jurassic World was David Leitch, who did Bullet Train, Fall Guy, Deadpool 2, Hobbs and Shaw. He passed because he was like that. The turnaround time is too much because they wanted the movie to come out next year, and you just hired me for the project. He's like, I don't think I can work that fast for something on the scale of Jurassic World. So he turned that down. His new movie was at CinemaCon 2 called How to Rob a Bank. It has Pete Davidson in it, which I'm like, fuck. Um, Nick Holt is the main star though. Who
How many
actually
people gonna watch that on Amazon Prime?
it's not an Amazon Prime movie. At least I'm sure it's not. But it's a movie about bank robbers, but they live stream their bank robberies, and it's like a real action comedy.
Is he
I'm
still doing dope?
Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he got all of his tattoos removed, and he said, "I can't watch porn now that I have a daughter." I'm like, "You're just a pussy. That's all you are at the end of the day." And I know it's not nice to say that about a guy like Pete Davidson, but that's all he is. He's just a pussy. Um,
He just had a daughter and he don't want to beat off. Hey man.
yeah, and again, he got his tattoos removed because it's like, "Oh, I shouldn't have gotten them in that. I was in my like, you're just a pussy. That's all you are." Like, again,
Hey man, that's real abortion.
which part?
Five knuckle shuffle, brother.
Basically,
Gotta save you 250.
but yeah, How to Rob a Bank. It's a movie I'm kind of semi looking forward to. But yeah, that was the rest of it. But yeah, I didn't want to forget that after you just said Jurassic World because David Leitch turned that job down. And the Division. He was supposed to do the Division with
Oh,
Jake
okay.
Gyllenhaal. That's why, yeah, because you're like, when are they making that movie? And I'm like, and the M Night Shyamalan movie that he just finished with Jake Gyllenhaal won't come out until 2027, I think. Which I was kind of looking forward to that movie because it did sound a little interesting. After I enjoyed Trap from M Night Shyamalan, so Banks has got to go. He's got to do Wiretap. This is episode 100, right?
Oh yeah. Hey,
Yep.
episode 100, 100 episodes. Oh my god.
I'm
Shit,
gonna
if
try
you
to
want
stop
to
by
come,
real quick. Just to salute y'all. But again, make sure you're on the Black Announce Table Patreon. So doing that. Shout out to Manny. It was his last day a couple days ago. I never did a pod with Manny ever, so that sucks.
we got time.
Well, I said he can't retire because I retired like multiple times already. So like retirement doesn't exist.
Yeah, no, you did the Ric
Um,
Flair retirement. He did the Undertaker.
Well, even Undertaker came back for Saudi. Don't forget.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
but you legit did the Ric Flair going to TNA.
I did Ric Flair retiring from WCW, retiring from WWE,
WWE.
retiring from TNA. To, yeah. So, um, like I said, Black and Announce Table Patreon, RIOP's Patreon. You and Amp. I haven't finished it yet, but y'all did the WrestleMania prediction bonus episode. Make sure y'all subscribe, pay over there, and all the bonus episodes they'll have coming out this week, along with the regular content, so you can get the early access. But we'll be back later today. Again, the WrestleMania Sunday. We don't do WrestleMania Saturday like Cameron said. We want WrestleMania Sunday. That's what
Okay.
we want. So we'll do the watch along. We might have some special guests come by. But we treat it like how we treated the John Cena watch along. We're not showing the show so we can get the stream taken down. We're just commentating on it as we're watching it, like we did with Fast Summer, like we've done in the past with our Wrestleverse series. So tune in so you can have us in the background as you watch what should be hopefully an improvement, because this card does look better in comparison already.
Yeah.
So
If y'all see my eyes low, it's because I'm sleepy.
and the Little Caesars again. This that the watch along is powered by Little Caesars
And
Pizza
medicine.
Pizza.
Smoky, smoky.